Welcome to the Hollow Chord Podcast.
Yo, if you ever need anything, hit me up.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact.
As a matter of 7:30, be here sharp.
Yeah. All right, everybody, welcome to this episode of the Hollow Chord Podcast. I'm Vinny Keller, here with Bill Riley.
Yo.
And Dan Steinman, also known as Danny Supreme.
Hey. Have you listened to any of our episodes?
Nah.
No, so you have no idea where that came from. I feel like I have to tell everybody. This guy eats more pizza than anybody you know.
Consumes, yeah.
So we give him a pizza pun every episode.
Yeah?
Yeah, so elaborate on your pizza puns.
So, the pizza pun thing was just like as a joke. It started off with like the pepperoni Zamboni, like our first episode. And then Bill came up was like, yo, you have to do one of those every episode because it just fucking cracks these guys up. So like every episode now I have to think of a new pizza pun. I'm starting to run out actually.
Yeah.
But this one time I called him fucking Jesus crust.
Oh my God, yeah. Fucking lost it.
I thought, is it any relation to Supreme Patty? Is that?
No, not that
no,
guy.
no.
No, I was just thinking Danny Supreme as in like,
Supreme Pizza.
Supreme Pizza.
Got ya.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, when I was on The Ultimate Fighter, there was a guy that was in the house with me that lived with Supreme Patty.
Really?
And yeah, he was like getting him ready for like a celebrity boxing match or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah,
He did it. Yeah.
Did he do well?
Yeah, he won.
He did win?
Yeah.
Like really won?
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
good
He
for
fought
him.
like another rapper.
Yeah, he used to be like.
I didn't watch it.
He used
but
to be a little
won.
chunky.
Yeah,
and, out of shape, and he like really got his shit together.
Yeah. He had like the worst act. You know him?
Who, Supreme Patty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like the guy that would put the shit in his face or his eyes or whatever. But yeah, he had like terrible acne, and they did like the laser treatment. I don't know. I was looking at it. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, he was always posting.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of his videos of like him like donating money to other people for whatever the case was.
Yeah.
He was always giving away free shit. Like it was his like big thing.
Yeah. So let me introduce our guest. We have special guest, UFC Middleweight Andre Petroski. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
So how's your UFC career going so far?
It's good, man. I made my debut August 28th. I fought Michael Gilmore. I finished him in the third. And I actually just accepted a short notice fight October 30th in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, we saw that today on Instagram.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm pretty thrilled. Another short notice, but I mean, I like the opponent. It's good, yeah.
I know. I seen that come across. I was like, let's fucking go.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're like working out all the details now.
Details as in like pay,
Passport, COVID, all that. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't need the vaccine, but like I don't know what the whole deal is with it. I like from what I'm told, like the whole country of Abu Dhabi is vaccinated, and they like basically like if you're not vaccinated, well, they do the same thing in Vegas. Basically, when you get to Vegas, the fighters, they test you, and once you test negative, you come into the bubble. And the bubble is like the Apex, the Performance Institute, and the hotel. And you can't leave the bubble until after you fight. So that way, like, they know no one will get COVID. They're not going to lose a fight, like, in the night before or nothing.
Right.
I'm pretty sure it's the same way in Abu Dhabi. But in Vegas, after we fought, we had the option of, like, going off and doing whatever we wanted. And then you can just, like, fly home whenever you want it. But I think that, like, because it's, like, the country itself, like, they're not gonna let you do nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
I think from watching the embeddeds for previous Abu Dhabi fights, you have to stay in your room for like a week or 2 weeks or something. Yeah.
Well, so the one episode that I was watching, the bubble like included like the hotel was on the beach, so at least like they had like a private beach that they got.
Yeah,
to
you
go
had
to
a portion of outdoors that you could still explore and have some fun with. That's
but I think they still had to quarantine in their rooms. Like they couldn't leave their rooms for like a week. Yeah. Well, no, this was in the height of the pandemic.
Right.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's
when
way
Fight Island
changed at all.
Yeah, Fight Island had just begun. So.
Yeah.
Well, plus it's a different country. Like the rules here may not apply.
I don't even think anybody was vaccinated at that point either.
Yeah, I don't even think there was a vaccine. Right. Yeah,
so
I think
things might have been a little different, and they haven't had a fight there in quite some time, right?
Yeah.
So, it's been a little bit now because things opened up over here again, so they wanted to try to get back over here and start moving.
Yeah.
For everybody that's been missing them for the last year and some change.
We have other guys from my team fighting in Philly that night. So the only coach that could go was Daniel Gracie, and Daniel was like, "I'm not going if they require a vaccine. Like I'm not getting it."
Oh man! So what are you gonna do?
No, we're good. I don't think we need it. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good.
Okay.
Awesome.
But we're gonna be fucking locked down.
I was gonna say you could just pull like the platinum parry and just bring your girl in your corner. They just be like, just stand there. I got them.
But he won that fight, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, dude, he looked fine. He was doing fine for a little bit there.
Do you think cornermen will help more, or what if you didn't have cornermen? Do you think you'd be able to still do relatively well?
You need somebody, man. You gotta have someone. That's like a lot to go through by yourself, you know.
Yeah. Plus, you have them guys looking at the things that you're not seeing in there.
Yeah, and just being alone in a hotel for a week is pretty rough too. I know a couple other people that are going to be out there as well. Like Dan Hooker, his wrestling coach. He was on The Ultimate Fighter too, and his name's Frank Hickman. He was my teammate at Bloomsburg. He'll be out there. Paul Felder from Philly. He hit me up. He's like, "I'll be out there if you need anything."
I have a funny story about him too.
Let's hear it.
well, I've been trying to get him on here, and like I know he's pretty like high profile.
Yeah.
But I'm like, dude, you're from fucking Delco, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and
he's been harassing him on Twitter.
I'm like, come on, Felder, don't fucking forget where you came from. I was like, dude, I was like, I knew you were just at fucking French Creek doing some fucking triathlon. I'm like, you could fucking stop in here, dude.
Yeah, he's like. The pictures he posted were hilarious. It's just like him dying.
Yeah.
Nah, Paul's funny though.
That's what's up though, man. That's great. You got guys reaching out to you. You know, you got company over there.
Yeah, for sure. That's gonna help.
I was gonna say, who just won? He did somebody's fight where somebody just won, and he was doing like the whole fucking Eagles chant when somebody just won.
I saw that. I didn't see it, but I saw that he was.
I don't know. It wasn't Chris.
They posted the video. Or
I can't remember.
It was
no, it was
Dawkins?
Yeah, because you sent me the text. I wasn't able to watch it.
Yeah, because he's all like E-A-G. I'm like, what is he doing?
You sent me it.
And fucking Cormier's giving him shit like, you can't do that here.
Wait, did they join him?
So no, it was just like him on the microphone looking at Dawkins like, yeah.
No one joined the chant.
No.
Oh, that's fucking. Did you see my post-fight interview?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I was like obviously it fucking crickets.
Well, you were in the Apex, right?
Yeah, so
there's no
there was no fans to like hype me up or nothing. I was just out there by myself, and Paul could have helped. Like, you know, Paul was just like, "What the fuck?"
I'm like, "All right, man, he's ready to go again right now."
Yeah. Can't even get a fucking go bird.
Yeah, you should give him hell about that, man.
Yeah,
you got the Eagles chanting for Dawkins, but you get nothing.
I get nothing.
You get crickets. Fucking Felder.
Nah, but Dawkins, dude, I fucking called that. He was on the Cage Side podcast. We were on it at the same time, and I was like, dude, I think Derek Lewis would be a great fight for you. I would 100% bet on Chris for that fight.
So you know Chris well?
Yeah, well, I mean, I've trained with him before, you know, and he trains every day with my best friend Pat Brady, and
I've been trying to talk to him too. Everybody's fucking busy.
he'll do it. Yeah, he'll do it because he'll work. He works around here. So,
or no, you said Pat Brady?
Yeah,
I was talking about Sean Brady.
Yeah, Sean's gonna be a tough one to get.
So, because I'd seen, I was like, oh, this might be a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
He like was just finishing up with like a surgery or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, maybe it'll be easy to get him. No, it's not.
A lot of these dudes like are so like all about routine, and they do the same things like every single day. That like, dude, they're not gonna.
Yeah, they don't deviate.
So
Yeah.
you need to do
That's
us a
cool.
favor, though. We'll give you a business card that says the Holocord Podcast.
Yeah.
When you're near Felder, just slide it in his jacket pocket. And later he'll be like, what the fuck is
Maybe I
this?
should call.
Fucking dude.
So how was The Ultimate Fighter?
Dude, I really liked it. I mean, a lot of people, like a lot of guys started going crazy because it's like no phone, no TV, no radio.
It's like
Yeah,
military
that was,
style.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm sure, like, back in the early days of The Ultimate Fighter, like, no phone was okay.
yeah,
Phones
yeah.
weren't a big deal, but everybody lives on their fucking phone.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe that like they support like the whole boozing thing.
Oh yeah, pushed it. Well, not. Well, yeah, they pushed it kind of hard. It was highly encouraged.
Yeah. So it's like we need a little bit more drama on this show. So come on, Jim Beam's right there. Just a little sip. Come on.
Yeah. And at first they were like, oh, no. Because it was the first year it was ESPN. It wasn't Spike TV. So they were like, no, like, we just want an accurate portrayal of, like, the sport and their athletes. And because they're, UFC's trying to go, like, really mainstream.
Right.
So at first they're like, no, we're not going to, like, try to incite that type of drama. But towards the end they were. They definitely were. But I love the show. What I was saying was, like, a lot of guys didn't, were kind of losing their minds because, they didn't have their phones or their TV, no radio, blah, blah, blah. And we were quarantined. Like, we couldn't go anywhere besides the house and the Apex. But you don't have to do anything. Like, everything is done for you. The only thing you have to do is, like, show up to practice every day and, like, just focus on getting better and fighting. Like, dude, like, you don't have to set an alarm. You got no phone. Like, they come in 30 minutes before practice. Like, okay, Van's leaving in 30 minutes. Like, food, like, everything is done for you. So,
No
like,
distractions.
no distractions at all whatsoever. You couldn't call home, like, even if you wanted to like, hear some bullshit about what's going on at home. Like, there's just nothing. So
I know
it's
you
like,
have a daughter and
Yeah.
a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Is there like an emergency contingency
Yeah,
plan?
yeah.
Like they have the producer's number if
right,
something happens?
right,
they can-
right,
okay.
exactly.
Gotcha.
And I mean, there's ways to, you know what I mean? Like,
There's ways to figure.
there's people there that have phones.
Okay.
Like, you're not allowed to use a phone, but like, I mean, you can figure it out. You know?
Yeah.
It's word.
Yeah.
So, what team were you on?
I was on Ortega's.
How was that? How was working with?
It was
Ortega?
good. Yeah, it was real good. Henner Gracie was like, that was a tremendous experience for sure. He's like, anytime you get someone that's like really close to the Gracie like lineage, their whole like business model was, to build gyms, to grow jiu-jitsu and build gyms and grow the family and make money. And so they talk about it all the time is like half the time growing up they learned jiu-jitsu, and then if not more than half the time they spent learning how to teach jiu-jitsu. Because they're like, if you can't teach this, like, we'll make no money. You know what I mean? You might be able to show up and beat some guy up in the backyard, but like, we need to make money doing this. We need to build schools and stuff. So they're really good at teaching. Like, they know, like, they have really good analogies. They know not to give you too much at one time. So like, yeah, he's legit, super legit. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense because if you can't progress, if you can't pass on your knowledge,
Right.
it dies with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So you
for
got to
sure.
keep passing it on and keep getting guys interested
Yeah.
and teaching them the best way possible.
Yeah, and Henner especially is super like smart, business minded. He was on he created Gracie University, which was like really like the biggest like online platform for selling like jiu-jitsu technique and stuff.
Okay.
Did really well with that.
Isn't
And then he
pushing on like the police officers now?
yeah. Oh, they're doing a bunch with police officers and just like getting these townships and then like just giving them a deal to train or like even like sponsoring anyone until they get a blue belt or something. So that basically all these cops have some level of like training. Right. But so he created Quick Flip, which is
That jacket company.
the jacket,
right?
right.
Yeah.
So it's a jacket, like a windbreaker. You can take it off; it turns into a drawstring bag. And he's like, he went on Shark Tank, and he's like, has the perfect personality for Shark Tank. He's like super enthusiastic, loud, like just so high energy. And he kills it on Shark Tank. He gets 3 offers. They go behind closed doors, and they like can't agree on like a little detail. And he like wasn't budging on it. And so they didn't make the deal. And he said the next day, Google, Disney World called, like all these huge companies. Like, I made millions off those deals. Think about Disney World. Like, everyone comes and buys a sweatshirt and then gets hot and takes it off.
Right.
And, like, so he got like Google, they ordered them all for all their employees. Like, yeah, Apple, like, dude, he got big money.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
And that's just more money he's probably going to reinvest in,
Right.
jiu-jitsu,
Right.
Yeah,
gyms and whatnot.
Yeah.
That's great. So how did you manage to get on the Ultimate Fighter? How does that come about?
I signed with a big management company, Iridium. His name's Jason House. He actually sent me a text message. One of the guys sent me a text message the other day. They're either approaching or just got 100 UFC fighters. So we have maybe next to Sucker Punch, we probably have the most guys in the UFC.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it's a legit thing.
Yeah,
you're doing,
super legit. So they put my name. He recommended me early for the Ultimate Fighter. This was probably like.
Is that the only way to get into the Ultimate Fighter? You have to have management and
That's a lot. I mean, you got to have the record, and like they know exactly what they want. Like they know what they're looking for when it comes to like that TV. You know, it's a certain age range, a certain look, it's a certain. So like I was lucky enough to have those things, but I also had the manager to like recommend me in the first place.
right.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point to know that you wanted to go? How did you get into MMA? Like, let's go with that.
So, I grew up in a big wrestling family. My dad wrestled at Penn State. My uncle wrestled at Central Connecticut. My grandfather was a wrestler. So, big wrestling family. And then my dad was also a fighter. My dad had some boxing matches. And then he ran a karate school. And I hated karate, but we would always watch like the UFC, and it was back in like the WEC days when like Uriah Faber fought like Jens Pulver.
Oh, yeah,
this was
I
like
remember those.
shit, man, probably like 2005, 2006.
Right.
WEC. So we were always a fan of fighting. Like,
Okay.
you know, even though I wasn't like I was mostly focused on wrestling. I always wrestled since I was a little kid, but yeah, we were just always a fan. Yeah.
Nice, man. So you've known for a while, like if this could be a career, you would really want to push that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
At least since like high school, maybe freshman year, I knew like once wrestling was over, then I would fight.
Okay.
And then I started doing jiu-jitsu. I graduated college in March. Or no, I'm sorry. Nationals were in March, and then that was the end of the wrestling season. And then I had April and May there until we graduated, and I just started doing going to this jiu-jitsu school, and just like fell in love. Yeah. Okay. I was like, oh, this is way better than wrestling.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
What college did you wrestle for?
I did 2 years at UNC Chapel Hill, and then I went to Bloomsburg for a year, and then I left Bloomsburg and did 2 years at Kutztown.
Okay.
Did the full world tour.
So what was your first amateur fight?
I fought at the Borgata. So at this time, I was only doing jiu-jitsu. I went from wrestling to only doing jiu-jitsu. And then there was a guy at the gym that had a fight coming up. And I was like, dude, how'd you get the fight? Like, I want to do that, blah, blah. He's like, just message this guy. And it was Jonathan Webb, the gym that I train at now. And I messaged him, and he was like, yeah, got me a fight. And then I walked into an MMA gym and was like, I got to fight in 30 days. And they were like, this was 302 in Delaware. Someone brought me in there, and they were like, well, what's your background? And I was like, I wrestled in college. They're like, we got you. Don't worry. Because amateur MMA is like tailor-made for a wrestler. Okay. There's like, in Pennsylvania, there's no ground and pound to the head for your first 3 fights. And like, basically, if you get a takedown in the round, you win the round, basically. Gotcha. So yeah,
for wrestlers, that's
yeah.
That's pretty good, man.
Which I don't think is good at all. I think that the point of fighting amateur is to get you ready to go pro, and that's not like realistic to a fight.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you look at like other states, like Virginia, a lot of guys go down to Virginia to fight right before they go pro because Virginia's like pro rules when you're still amateur.
Okay.
So they're allowed to like elbow to the head, kick to the head.
You're just not fighting pro guys. You're fighting other amateurs.
Right.
Could anybody get into the amateur fight scene? Like, could I don't have any fighting background.
Yeah.
Could I just go and talk to that dude that you talk to and be like, yo?
To an extent, like they're gonna see like how old you are. Like I don't know how old you are.
32.
You would, 100. They would be like, all right, and then you would just need a trainer that said, okay, he's been training with us, like he's been working out with us. That's basically
my trainer.
Right. That's basically it.
So like he could. I could literally not be training. Just
you wouldn't have to pass a physical, but yeah. Besides that, yeah, pretty much.
I would never sign your fucking death warrant ever.
Yeah, but I'm just curious how easy it is. Like,
I was thinking too, like if you're like an internet phenom, like fucking how Kimbo was, and then Kimbo on the Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah, I'm sure he was there for ratings for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, not that he couldn't fight, but
right. But I think he probably would have. He could have just walked right in and be like, "I'm a street fighter, and here's my fucking catalog.
Here's my rap sheet."
Yeah, dude.
So how many amateur fights did you have before you went pro?
I had I was 7-1 in MMA and then 2-0 in kickboxing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah.
And then your first pro fight was in Art of War?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had done a couple I had my last couple amateur fights were for Art of War.
Okay.
So then when I went pro, I went pro with Art of War. That was October of 2018.
So how do they decipher between going amateur and pro? Like in Art of War, is it just the rule set, or is
it's
like
5 minutes? Yeah. So the rules are 1, 2. You get paid.
Okay.
So typically for pro, you would get like show money and then win money. So like you might get, I don't know, say you get $1,000 to show up and fight, and then another 1,000 if you win. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay.
And you became the champion, though, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass.
Yeah,
Nice,
I
dude.
think I was my first 5 fights, all finishes. I think I got a title fight at 3-0, and then I think I defended it, and then COVID. I fought like 5 times in like a span of like 14 months. It was like bang, back to back, and I was like banged up too. And then quarantine hit, and it was like this real long layoff. We couldn't get nothing, but I did need it. But I was still going crazy. I was fucking like, get me out of here.
Yeah.
But after the one, so when I was my 4th fight, I fought, and after that fight, I went to the hospital. I thought I had broke my hand. And like it was just real swollen. It didn't end up being broken, but it was real swollen. And then I had like this real bad jaw problem where like basically if I got hit, it was just like killing me. And then they like gave me more money that I couldn't say no to, and I was like, fuck it, let's go. And it was like in like 5 weeks. And I was like, at the time I was working this job, and they were like They asked me to work. They sold the whole. It was a lot on the water in Camden, and they sold everything. They're like, we have to get everything out, and they had to scrap like all this metal. So they're like, if you work weekends, we'll pay you double. And I was like, fuck. So I worked 7 days a week. I had a baby at home, and I was getting ready for a fight. And I would go to sparring on Saturdays, and I caught like an elbow to my nose, and I thought I broke my nose. I literally couldn't like. If I went to sparring, I had this full face mask, and if I would still get hit, I would be like, I'm done. I literally walk out of sparring and be like, it hurts too much. They're like, how the fuck are you gonna fight? I'm like, I have no fucking idea. And sure enough, like, it's crazy. When you fight, your adrenaline, you don't feel anything. Like, you could hit me with a baseball bat. Like, I might get knocked out, but you don't feel nothing. It's crazy. Right. Yeah. And the first combination of the fight, he hit me, cracked me, my nose just started bleeding everywhere. But yeah, after that was my 5th fight. After that, I just like took a long. I don't think I fought for like almost like a year, and then my next fight was out. Then I signed with the management company, and my next fight was out in Wichita, Kansas, and that was the fight that I lost.
Was that an Art of War fight?
No, it was for LFA.
And that was a main event.
Yeah, yeah. I went out and I did a 2-month camp in Denver because I was at Balance and they shut down. So I had no gym. So I went out to Denver and did a 2-month camp at Factory X it was in Englewood, Colorado. it was pretty nice out there, but it was very expensive.
Yeah, I was about to say, how much did one of them camps cost you?
Yeah, so I got an Airbnb for 2 months because at the time I had my daughter and her mother with me. We drove my truck, packed the truck up, and drove all the way out there and got this Airbnb. It was probably like, man, at least like $5,500, like $6,000 for this Airbnb. I don't know why I got this Airbnb downtown in Denver, and it was like a house, like it was just so dumb because it was last minute. I did everything last minute. Whatever.
But still, I'm sure you wanted some kind of comfort if you're going to be out there.
Right.
That's what it is, man. Yeah, exactly. You're going to be out of your house. For 2 months. You want to be somewhere nice.
Right.
So makes sense. But,
dude, Denver was wild. Like, where we lived, there was like a really because I would walk my daughter up and down the street, and there was like a real like high end like daycare there. So you would see like rich wives like pulling up in like nice cars like to pick up their kids, and there's literally right across the street there's just like tents of homeless people. Like on the same block. I never saw anything like that. Like, you know, at least in Philly, it's like you got this here and then you got this there.
Sure.
Right.
This was like on top. Like, I'd never seen so many homeless people and so many homeless tents in my life. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It looked like everyone from in the country was like, fuck it. Everyone that was homeless was like, we're going to Denver.
Wow.
It was crazy, yeah.
Sounds like some kind of like Denver Skid Row. That's gnarly. Was it It wasn't dangerous there, was it?
I don't think so. I mean,
I think he can handle himself.
yeah.
So, I was going to ask, do you, I guess, when you hit your debut, do you still get like the pre-fight nerves?
Yeah, for sure. Well, the Apex was nice. For my debut, it was in the same building as the Ultimate Fighter.
Right.
So I was very familiar with it, for one. And two, like, there's no fans there. It was like 250 fans, maybe. So it's like real small. I'm pretty sure Yaz Island or Abu Dhabi is going to be like fucking big. Yeah. Like T-Mobile Arena, if you fight in T-Mobile Arena, like now you're talking like hundreds of thousands of people. That's like when,
You're shaping up to have some fun, man.
Yeah, right. Exactly. At some point, you got to just say, fuck it. Like, let's go
dude,
fucking
now
do
it's
this.
the time. Now you really get to put on a show.
Yeah.
So was your like dream always to get into the UFC?
Yeah.
Or just like, it was the UFC?
Yeah, I mean, I thought like, I don't know. I loved fighting. Bellator, like, I don't know. The UFC's the pinnacle, you know what I mean? Like, you can't beat it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I want to make money. Like, I want, I want to, I want money.
I wanted to ask you about fighter pay. Like,
so like,
there's been
That's a big hot button issue now, man.
And again, I don't want you to talk about anything that's going to ruin your career.
Nah,
so,
I'm
like,
good.
if you're willing to like discuss, like, what do you think of fighter pay? Obviously, your first fight in the UFC, there's no way you're making $100,000.
Right.
Is there like a pay scale that seems fair to you?
So,
and is that in your contract prior to like starting? Like once you, how many fights are on your contract?
So I am on the Ultimate Fighter contract, which is 6 fights, which is very smart for them. It's like not the best for me, but I mean, look, it is what it is. I'm always been pretty smart with money, and I work like incredibly hard. So like it really comes down to like, what the fuck are you doing? So like if you're fighting twice a year, 3 times a year, and like you're making like 20 grand a fight, like, you're gonna be broke. Like, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like,
so you're getting out of it what you're putting into it.
So
all
like I do
gonna
privates like all the time. Like I work with like, and I don't really even like as much do it. Like there's people that I could do privates with that would pay me, that I could charge them way more money. Like I could charge you like someone else $100. But like I do them with people that like, I like their energy, like they inspire me and they offer something in the relationship. Like, you know, whatever. Like they're just good advice or good people, whatever. I do them like all the time. So like on the weekends I work, I do security with Danny. I brought Danny on. Right. So like, you know what I mean? Like,
still wild. I'm not gonna say security. But, like the fact that place needs security. Like we bring our kids there.
Dude, that's a whole nother fucking story. Like, that place is nuts.
It's what he said. Like, and we've been there together, and it seems pretty tame.
Yeah, the owners are the best people too. They're so cool, man. They take care of us.
I met the owners. I was helping a friend.
Yeah.
You ever hear Charming Star Playroom?
No.
It's a playroom in Newtown Square.
Okay.
My friend Rick started it with his wife, and
for what ages?
Young. young, like, how old's your daughter?
2.
It would be perfect for her.
What's it called?
Charming Star Playroom. They disinfect the shit out of everything
We'll
after
get
every
you the
play
number before you
session.
go and
Ah,
It's
everything.
beautiful. I'll hook you up with his number. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But
I'm always looking for places to take her. Like I take her Chuck E. Cheese, whatever. But go on,
Charming
yeah.
Star Playroom's like perfect.
Yeah, nice.
My son loved it.
Yeah.
And his kids loved it. So there was a Playroom arcade thing closing in Aston, and we went there to take apart a jungle gym that he had bought from the dude who was closing it down. This is right in the middle of COVID.
Yeah.
And the owners from Urban Air came walking through looking for things to buy.
Yeah.
And they were talking to...
Do you remember which one?
Nah, it was 3 of them.
3 guys?
3 guys.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
And he was talking to the dude, Rick, who I'm friends with, about buying, like balls. Like for ball pit balls.
Yeah.
And he gave him 2 free tickets to Urban Air.
Yeah.
And because I was helping my friend Rick for free,
he's like,
here, you can have them.
Yeah. Yeah, they're smart. I mean, a lot of it is public information, but they're killing it. Yeah, they're killing it. You can see, like, dude, this place was packed. And the quarantine actually really worked out for them because they were required by the CDC to do these 2-hour blocks. So in the past, like, people could come, get a ticket, and stay there all day. Well, now they're only allowed to be there for 2 hours. So you get like a yellow wristband. That means you're from 2 to 4 o'clock, right? So now they're able to get like 5 times as many people in and out.
Yeah, that's just turning customers over like crazy.
Yeah,
That's
so
awesome for them.
Yeah, and it's like smart. Like, yeah, they're doing well. I think it was like 1.5 million is the startup for it.
Yeah, I saw that.
And there's 3 families.
I'm always curious as to, like, when you start a franchise, how much it costs. So I'll, like, dive deep into their website and look.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's expensive. But they, like, it specifically said on the website that you will make it back. 100%.
Dude, 100%. I bet they've already made it back just during quarantine. Like, dude, that place, I forget, I think it was like, it was either 250 or 350 was the capacity. Dude, every day during quarantine, it was at capacity.
Oh, my God.
Well, all right, when I say every day, I say weekend day. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they were at capacity, like, at least once or twice during that day. Yeah, it was wild. Yeah, we were turning people like down at the door. Like, no, you need a reservation, can't come in. And then people were freaking out. I drove
you got all those crazy parents, dude.
They're like, we drove from New York to get here, and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you.
At the time, there was nowhere for kids to go.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't even go to your public park because cops would pull right in there and be like, sorry, you can't be here.
The shit was taped off. There's caution tape around all the jungle gyms and everything, so you have a place like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Not them, no.
Did you guys have it?
No.
What?
COVID?
No.
Never got it?
No.
So far, we've all
Never got it?
out. We're
Did
good.
you get vaccinated?
I'm vaccinated.
I'm vaccinated now. My work.
I work for a school district.
Then they require it.
They don't require it, but
If you don't, you have to wear a mask?
No, you have to get tested once a week. So
I had a similar thing, and it was just so much easier to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
And there was
Not only
enough
that,
data.
Which
there
one
that
did you
I was
get?
Like,
the Johnson & Johnson.
What'd you get?
I got Moderna.
How did you feel about it?
I wasn't worried about getting the vaccine,
Yeah. Did you feel anything?
but
Nothing at all.
yeah, I got sick.
So-
the morning after.
I'm an idiot, right? I know nothing. But here's like my bro science behind it, okay?
Bro science, yeah.
So this was my first, I was like, all right, one day I might have to get, I'm totally against the vaccine. I think it's fucking, but one day I might have to get it. So I saw like, obviously Pfizer had a $40 billion revenue, and so did Moderna. And then Johnson & Johnson, theirs, and it was 0. And I was like, that's fucking interesting, right? Why the fuck are they making 0? And everyone's like, oh, because the blood clots, blah, blah, blah. So then Johnson & Johnson was the only one that didn't have the MMRA. What's it called?
mRNA.
mRNA, right?
Delivery system,
So
yeah.
the Johnson & Johnson is just the virus, right?
So it's not.
He would probably be able to tell you.
Okay.
I'm not 100. I bro science.
I'm
like
not.
you.
I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be a scientist or anything
Right.
like that. Like I'm not going to tell you, these are the facts or whatever. But the way I understand it, none of it contains the virus itself. It contains something close enough that your body will interpret it and be able to destroy
Yes.
the virus
So the way I understand it,
when it
is,
does. And
like, here's like the copy of what COVID is, right? and then it enters your body, and all your fucking germs learn what this is. They fuck it up, and then it leaves them a note, and it says, "Hey, this is what I am.
Right.
If I come back in here, fuck me up."
Yeah.
And then the real COVID comes in, and then all your germs are like, "Oh, we have this note. We've seen this before. We're gonna fuck you up."
It's like an
And
empty
that's how
shell
that
that
works.
comes in.
Yeah.
Like that they can recognize.
I have a friend who
Okay,
I work
so
with.
what's the mRNA?
mRNA.
mRNA. What's mRNA?
I can't tell you.
That's
So
the
that's the-
delivery system. That's
Okay.
that's
So
the
then
way-
maybe
That's what alters
that's-
your DNA, right?
I don't think anything alters your DNA. It just that's how vaccines work.
That's what I was told.
No, I don't think it's quite like
My
that.
brother works at Bryn Mawr Hospital, and he's basically saying that's the mRNA is mRNA.
Yeah.
That's the part that they're saying is what alters your DNA.
I don't necessarily think it alters your DNA. It just teaches your body when that's
Yeah,
how
I mean,
all
I guess it
vaccines work.
alters it in the sense that it's dropping off information. It's got your body has more information after the fact than it did before.
But
the
the
fact.
Johnson & Johnson doesn't?
No, I think they're all relatively the same. Again, you're asking people who have no medical experience at all. I do
Yeah,
have a friend.
I
though-
have no.
I'll just call
scientific-
Novak.
Yeah,
I do
I
have
have
a friend.
no ground to stand on to make claims about this shit. Like,
I do have a friend who I work with who is his partner has been working in the medical field for a long time, and this vaccine.
I just feel like if
the
I'm going
base-
to get something like that in my body, like I want to fucking know, like what are you putting in me?
all right, so I've done a bunch of reading, and I'll tell you what, there is a shit ton of information out there. I mean, there's enough that convinced me, like, I'm not gonna die, I'm not gonna grow a second head, nothing crazy. Like, I mean, you're never really gonna know all of it,
Right.
because we're not trained to understand all that shit. Even half of what we read, it's like, dude, it's going.
I
in
saw
one
a
ear and
meme
out
the other
Like,
day
it's
that
just
said
not.
that was completely relatable to the people who like are super anti-vaxxers.
Yeah.
That said, I really wish my parents would have given me the option to die of polio. Because you get a polio vaccine when you're a baby.
Yeah.
But like, how dare they not give me the option to die from polio? So like, if they came up with a vaccine that cures polio, and like literally is gone from the earth, like, why shouldn't we trust a vaccine that?
So like,
Okay,
I can
so
understand
from
the
my
hesitancy
experience-
of
here's
of
my
not wanting to
experience.
get it right away because they developed
Polio
it so fast or whatever. But
like kills like for okay, and I'm not saying COVID doesn't kill, but being someone that already had COVID and like was like relatively sick for like 12 hours, the idea of getting a vaccine that I'm just hearing that like, oh, this happened, the risk to me doesn't seem to outweigh the risk seems to outweigh the reward of like, well, I already have it and I have the antibodies, like, so I'm just putting more antibodies on is the idea, right?
Essentially
Being further like secure against a virus that barely got me
But the whole thing is
sick.
that like nobody really 100% knows what this is going to turn into.
Right.
So it's better just to protect yourself and everybody around you.
Yeah.
Who like you might be in contact with us, and then I live with my grandparents.
Right.
So,
Right.
like,
Right.
If I get it from you,
Yeah.
like now I fuck them, and they're
Yeah.
older. My grandfather has asthma.
Yeah.
Like has diabetes too. So like,
Yeah. Yeah, I understand that.
So
I
it's,
think a big
it's not
thing
so
for me,
much to like to protect yourself, like for somebody
Right.
who's young and healthy.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
in
yeah, the
shape.
pitch is to eradicate the mutation and carrying it on and passing it along. You know,
Right,
what I mean?
right.
And so, like, there's a lot of it that I can understand. There's a
Yeah.
lot of it, like, there's a little bit of anti-vax logic that I can kind of get behind
Yeah.
and say, like, dude, it makes sense that you would want to not blindly take something you don't understand.
Right.
But there is also a shit ton of literature out there to read.
and so my thing with the information is like, if Cuoco, not Cuoco, who's the guy that is like the spokesperson for the CDC for the
Fauci.
Fauci.
Anthony
So
Fauci.
if he would have came out and been like, look, like, we don't know like a lot of this shit. Like we're trying to figure it out. Like I
know.
would believe you. I would be like, okay, he like has some credibility.
But we're talking
the
about a logical you maybe being a logical human being,
Yeah.
versus these people who are like, well, if this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, what government official knows what he's talking about?
I know,
Fuck
but once
everybody
you
and fuck
lie to
everything.
me, and like,
yeah.
and then you don't say like, no, we were just wrong. Like we weren't lying to you. Like we just didn't know. Like
There's a
now I'm like,
double-edged
I just don't believe. I don't know what to believe.
I mean, you lose from their perspective. You kind of lose credibility no
Yeah.
matter what, because you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you got this pandemic that just like breaks out of nowhere. Nobody's sure what's going on. The public needs some sort of guidance.
Right.
You know what I mean? They need to hear something from some sort of official position, official title. So, I mean, I get it. They had to come out and say something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for them, they started saying a whole bunch of the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You know, they're like, don't wear the masks. Don't do this.
Yeah.
This is nothing to worry about. And then they come out, you guys better put your masks on.
Yeah.
Like, we went from 10 days to flatten the curve to we're going to need to prove vaccination so you can go, you know, do your job in a few weeks. Vinny's trying so hard not to say anything right now.
I'm like, just eat a sandwich off a Wawa trash can and you'll have all the antibodies you need.
Right, dude.
I'm from fucking Delco. I've caught.
This dude,
the worst shit in Delco than COVID.
This dude drank Milwaukee's best. He'll be all right.
My grandmother's cousin just passed away.
Yeah.
like, a couple weeks ago from COVID.
Sorry to hear that.
Nah, it's all right. She's holding up pretty well, but I'm only saying that because she was in such pain. She basically told the doctors like, let me go. Turn off the ventilator, turn off everything. And she was conscious while she did this. She was just like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm over it. And then
How old?
as late 70s, early 80s maybe.
My grandparents had it too. They were 83 and 82.
Yeah. That's how my grandparents are in their early
It's
80s.
interesting. They like didn't get it was weird. Like when I got sick, I was like sick, but it was for like 12 hours. Like I was like dying on a couch, sweating like for like 12 hours, and then I was fine.
So you kind of lucked out as far as the symptoms go.
And then my grandparents, they were like, it was never like intense. They never got like a really bad fever, thank God.
Yeah.
But they like lost the smell. And they like were just like really tired for like a month.
Yeah, my cousin got it and is still to this day. She got it months ago, maybe almost a year ago.
Yeah.
Still can't really smell her.
So what I took from it was that, and someone else was saying this too, is that like younger people, you know, we have we metabolize the virus faster. It goes through us. It runs through us more rapid, but like it's more intense, and then we get it out. Whereas like older people, it's more slower, and which kind of makes which would make more sense.
Yeah. So,
but they were fine. Yeah, they were.
Yeah. At the end of the day,
crazy Russians.
Right. At the end of the day, it's really just.
It's gonna take a lot more than that to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the vaccine is really just to protect everybody as a species. Like,
yeah.
Well,
They got these pills now that are supposed to be boosters, or it's not supposed to be an alternative to the vaccine or anything like that. But it's I just started to read, so I really don't know a whole lot about it.
I personally don't think it's as much as complying with the government, like as everybody's trying to make it seem.
Yeah.
Like I don't think it's a compliance thing at all. I think it's just
this is our way out.
Yeah.
So
trying to save us as a species.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody want to be saved? Don't you want your grandparents to serve like? I mean, yeah, they survived
it's
but like
a level of trust
right.
that isn't there anymore. That's kind of where a lot of the pushback comes from, I think.
Right, but
I mean, people feel
we
like
could
they've been
not
lied
trust
to
them,
so
and then
much.
the whole world goes to shit, and everybody gets COVID, and most of the people fucking die off. Which I mean, kind of sounds good actually. But
Can we turn this car around now?
Yeah.
This goddamn fucking virus.
To each their own. I think you'll be fine.
Your opinion is a little extreme, but we understand. We accept you, okay?
I think you'll be fine if you get the vaccine, though.
Gosh.
I was sick.
Just watch who
If I
gives it to
die,
you.
though, that's on your.
No.
Yeah, just come back to haunt him specifically.
I was sick I was sick in the morning the day after I got it.
But you never had COVID.
Never had COVID.
Okay.
I just got sick from the vaccine.
Yeah.
And then like by dinner time I was fine.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even get sick. I you know how you rub your shot, you rub your shot after your arm. You rub your arm after you get a shot. So you do that whenever you get a shot in your muscle to like try to help disperse everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know that tight feeling that you get afterwards.
After what, a shot?
After the shot, that's all that I really had. Yeah. I think
that was the juice.
Yeah. I think I sort of felt a little off. Like at worst, I would say like groggy. You know what I mean? Like I woke up like without quite enough sleep, and then by dinner time, I was like, that was weird. All right, I'm good now. Like, and there was nothing to it.
Yeah.
I was amazed because I honestly expected a little bit more, but
Yeah. So where we went
Background.
get
Yeah. This guy right here talking about.
Yeah,
He did it. All right, everybody.
Because basically what we were saying was that if you're not vaccinated in Abu Dhabi, you're going to be locked down.
Right.
But it's too late for me to get a vaccine anyway.
Right.
Like it's 3 weeks between, right?
Yeah.
Unless you get the Johnson.
3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, Johnson & Johnson's a single shot.
So when do you fly out to?
So I have Pat Brady's wedding on the 22nd. That's a Friday in Lancaster, and then I fly out the 24th.
Oh, so you couldn't even quarantine for 2 weeks if you wanted to?
No.
The flight's on the so yeah, that's probably all long gone. You probably just have to get tested.
I'm going to a wedding. I have a Zoom wedding in Lancaster. Video, you know.
That's fine. I don't think you're not gonna get in trouble.
We can chop that if necessary.
So if this episode comes out prior to your fight, I'll take that part out.
Yeah.
I'll just put a big censor beep in there.
So,
Dude, I'm the best man. I literally told my manager called me one day. I was at practice. He's like, "Can we fight on the 30th?" And I was like, first off, he says, "Very favorable matchup. Can you fight on the 30th?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool." I call my coach. He's like, "The 30th," and I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "You know that's in Abu Dhabi, right?" I'm like, no. He didn't say that. He didn't mention that. I call my manager back. I'm like, "Did you say October 30th?"
The 30th of this month?
Like 2021?
By the way, Andre.
So that was that. Fucking A, man.
Yeah.
So this whole thing has to be surreal for you. Like,
Anyways, I was like, I can't fly out until after the wedding. I was like, I'm the best man.
right.
But yeah, it definitely surreal. Dude, look, I've probably talked about going to Fight Island many times before. Yeah. As of recently, like since quarantine, I was like off that train because I've heard it's just like not the best experience. Just like, well, I don't know. We'll see how it is now. But
Is this your first time fighting out of the country?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty big fight out of the
know.
country. Yeah,
I know.
And you're on a actual pay-per-view.
I know.
Dude, that's fucking
Yeah.
awesome.
I know.
That's the way to do it.
and
Dude,
and you have to represent our country.
Our fucking country. And like, dude, there's not many guys from the US. Let's look at the card. Can we pull it up?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Dude, there's some good fights on it, but I don't think there's like really many guys from which is kind of scary to me because everyone's like, no, we're not doing that.
I know. I was surprised to see like Dan Hooker jumping right into another fight. I was like, dude,
But that's right by. Isn't New Zealand? I think New Zealand's like a 3-hour flight from.
well, there was that, but I was like, bro, you just fought.
I know. Yo, so the thing with Dan Hooker is, did you see the whole thing about him not being able to see his kids?
Yep.
Dude, that's rough, man. That's tough.
Yeah, I was really feeling for him. I was going to ask you that same.
So they
question.
make you to get back into the country. Like that's one thing I will say about our country. Like, dude, other countries are way more strict. Like Canada, bro, they were being real fucking tough. Like they would come to your house and make sure you're quarantined. If you're not there, they write you a fine. Like shit's crazy in other countries.
Oh, I know. I used to tour, and I heard from being in like other bands that we would tour with when they went to Canada.
Yeah.
They would get all their merch taken.
Wow.
Or they'd have to pay a tax, like to sell stuff in their country. Like Canada's
In
just
Canada?
Canada's just super strict.
nothing
about,
to do with COVID, guy.
No, this is I'm just talking about how strict Canada is.
Yeah.
You'd have to deal with a lot of bullshit,
Yeah.
and then if you like hide your merch and just say, "Hey, we're just traveling over the border," they will follow you to the venue or to wherever you go.
Oh shit.
And then if they find out you're playing a show, you got to pay a tax. Like they are,
So,
Canadian government's a
Yeah.
bunch of motherfuckers.
I was going to ask too. I was like, with this fight being short notice, are you getting like your
a bump and pay?
no?
But are you getting a bump in pay?
Speaking of, how's that working out?
So I get a bump just because every time I win a fight, you get paid more the next fight, but not because it was short notice.
No,
Okay.
if because you're under this contract, do you still have like the whole Venom thing?
Yeah.
So I guess because it was short notice on your debut, you had like all your Ultimate Fighter gear.
But I actually still got paid by Venom.
Okay.
But that's a good question. I was like, a lot of people asked me about that, surprisingly. Yeah, because I didn't wear like Venom gear. I mean, I got Venom gear, but not like what the fighters. They made sure the Ultimate Fighter guys wore different shit.
Right.
And at the time, I was like, is this kind of a dig? Like, saying like, "Yo, you're not like in the UFC."
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know.
I didn't know if you were going to get that this time around with it being short notice.
Yeah. What, the Venom money?
No, like the gear, like if they're going to have you set up.
Yeah. What if for the rest of my career they just made me wear Ultimate Fighter shit? I'm like 20 fights in, still wearing the shorts.
20
Like,
fights in, double champ, and he's still wearing fucking Ultimate Fighter shorts.
I know. Do you have walkout music?
yeah, I always come out to Ted Nugent, Stranglehold.
Fuck yeah.
Right, dude.
Damn right.
Hell yeah. Oh,
It's the most
man.
duck coat thing I ever heard of.
I love it.
That fucking song's great. I picked that one before too. It would either be that or like if it had to be Nugent, it'd be a fucking Great White Buffalo.
I liked Rat in a Cage by Smashing Pumpkins.
That's a good
Did that
one.
a couple times.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
You get any pushback for that? For your theme song or?
What do you mean?
For your walkout music?
Nah.
Okay, because
What do you
there are a
mean
lot of
pushback?
fighters. A lot of fighters get pushback. Like
Them saying no.
yeah, what's his name?
Well, fucking Dana did that too. He was like, "No, you're not having that."
Right, Mickey Gall.
Yeah,
he wanted to come out to Mickey.
Hey, Mickey.
Hey,
Yeah.
Mickey, you're so fine.
I remember that though.
But he got a bunch of pushback for that.
Yeah, but they did let him do it.
They let
Yeah.
him do it. Yeah,
I didn't know that they said they didn't want him to.
they didn't want him to. Yeah.
So Wonder Boy.
I think that was smart though, like on his part.
fuck yeah.
Yeah, because like, dude, I remember that, and that was like 4 years ago, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
so, and I don't remember much. So, like, so like he, you know what I mean? That's the whole goal of fighting is to be, you know, not the whole goal, but big parts to be remembered. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
dude, whatever keeps your name
Yeah.
in people's mouths.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Wonder Boy Thompson's is by far my favorite.
I was thinking
What's
the same
his?
thing, dude.
His is Wonder Boy by Tenacious D.
yeah.
So I was like, him coming out to that is the fucking greatest
Perfect.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright, go over
dude,
this card.
I love it. All right, so yeah, I don't see a lot of U.S. fighters here.
I'm the only one dumb enough to take a 16-and-a-half-hour flight. No, it was 16 and a half. We were originally supposed to fly to Chicago, have a layover, and then fly from Chicago to Arab Emirates. Is that what it's called?
Oh, United Arab Emirates.
United Arab Emirates.
UAE.
So, but now we're flying out of JFK, and it's only 12 hours, 12 and a half hours.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Still like a whole fucking...
At least you get a first class flight, right?
Well, we'll see. I don't know if it's first class.
That's been first class on all the embeddeds. All
Yeah.
the fighters get first class. Yeah.
nice.
Like so.
You have to fly to. Are you flying out of Philadelphia? Or are you
No,
flying
out of
to
JFK.
JFK.
So, but they have like
So
they're-
maybe
Was
you
that
won't.
2 hours? 2 hour drive or more?
yeah,
Two
they're
and a half
Two
or
and a half,
so.
something like that.
from what I saw, like their planes to go over there. They're like it's like your own like mini apartment.
Dude, I will
pod.
pay like, dude. If there's one, I'm not having any anxiety about fighting or like going to fucking here, going there, whatever. I have anxiety about sitting on a like. What if I'm like jammed in like a corner on this airplane?
Nah.
Like I'm like this ain't gonna work. Like I'll pay like a lot of money to like
Yeah.
have a good. You know
Dude,
what I mean?
first
I'll have to
class,
show you
you
like
have
what the
to.
seats
I would
look
have
like.
to.
Like I did France. It was 7.5 hours. We flew out of Newark, and he actually dropped me off because we were like,
Yeah.
we could have flown out of Philly, but it would have taken longer and or been more expensive or something like
Yeah,
that. But
yeah.
if we drove to Newark,
Yeah.
it was a straight through flight for like $300 to get to Paris
Yeah,
or something like that.
that's
we're
crucial.
like, we're like, dude, well, let's do that. So
You were playing over there?
no, I went on my honeymoon,
Oh, okay,
and
okay.
we were looking, and yeah, we did that, and for 7.5 hours, dude, I have to have
Dude.
first class. Like I can't be cramped in this little spot
Yeah,
with no
once
place
you
to go.
fly first class,
It ruins everything
I
else.
know, I
Dude,
know.
You're so spoiled.
one time I flew back from Florida and it was like $50 to upgrade to first class. And I was
Yeah.
like, fuck it. And it was like it was like a 5 a.m. flight back, 6 a.m. flight back, and I was like, fuck it, upgrade. Dude, every time I check how much it is to fly,
You
to
have
upgrade.
to. You absolutely have to. I went France to Liverpool, and it was a quick flight,
nice.
and I literally got seat 1A. I was the very first seat in the plane.
Oh,
there
shit.
was nothing in front of me. I sat there with my legs stretched out the whole
yeah.
time because I fucking could, dude. Oh my god, it was amazing, and I'm
Yeah.
so spoiled. I never want to get like, and I hate flying in the first place because my ears get all clogged up. Like,
Dude, I just don't like sitting still, you know what I mean?
I know.
I don't get like anxiety about like being up there or like, oh, what are we gonna crash? Like none of that. It's just like,
No, I mean,
dude,
flying's
I can't,
safe.
I
That-
get
that part's
stiffen
fine.
up and I'm just like,
yeah,
oh.
that's the part that I can't stand. I don't want to be anywhere cramped
know.
in a seat for 6-8 hours, let alone 16. Dude,
Yeah.
that's brutal.
All right, go over this card.
All right, yeah, here we go. Do you want the undercard too? What do we got here?
Prelims.
Let's do start at the top. We'll do fight picks.
All right, so I'm gonna butcher this one, dude. Tagir Ulanbekov versus Alan Nascimento.
I don't know either one.
Yep.
Skip it.
I haven't heard of these
Nope.
guys.
I don't know anyone until who is this guy?
McGovern,
That fucking guy.
Who's this fucking loser?
Andre
They have my record wrong, but it's fine.
Petroski. Petro.
I don't know, dude. I never heard.
You almost said it in a Russian accent.
I've never heard of the guy you're fighting.
Me neither.
Oh, so you never.
No, I honestly haven't even looked at him yet.
Well, you got a better record than he does.
Right.
for
And
sure.
of course, your manager's like, yeah, it's a great matchup.
Yeah. So he was a heavyweight. He got signed. He was 3-0, and he took a short notice fight at heavyweight. So he got signed, came in on a short notice fight, fought twice at heavyweight, lost both fights. So he was 3-2, and then he got popped for steroids in the beginning of
shit.
COVID. So he got a 10-month suspension, and then he hasn't fought since. This will be his first fight back, and now he's dropping down to 85.
Oh, so then you have to beat his ass now because he's a fucking cheater. So, well, you got an inch reach on him, so you'll
Yeah.
be fine.
Question: how do you guys deal with like in the gym with people you're training with? Like if one of the guys gets caught popped for steroids.
Yeah.
Like how do you deal with that in the gym? Do you do you shun them or like? I feel like I'd have to.
I heard what they do is that they just fill socks with bars of soap.
No,
That was a different episode.
I don't want them, but like, yeah, I want all my teammates doing steroids. Yeah.
I guess so you just get better.
I
Right?
just get better. Yeah. Like I want dudes that are gonna fucking outrun me, outlift me, outfight you.
To
know what
push
I mean?
you harder,
Yeah, they're only gonna bring me up. You know what I mean? So,
All right. I see the logic
like if
there.
they're not in the UFC or whatever, maybe like just like an average Joe that just wants to work out. Like, dude, go off, do it. You know what I mean? Do it all. I want to have the best team possible. Now, if you're in the UFC, like, you know, there's very strict rules about that.
Yeah, seriously.
You're in the USADA pool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
They just show up random times.
Dude, I was in AC one night, and they called me 3 times at like 6 in the morning, and I was like, I finally answered the third one. They're like, "Hey, this is USADA, blah blah. We're at your house." I'm like, "Fuck." I was like, "I can be there in an hour. Like, I'm in Atlantic City." They're like, "All right, hurry up." And I drove there and made it within an hour, and you know, obviously I passed, but.
All right. You have to let them know where you're going. Right?
Yeah, so if you get 3 of those, it's a failure. So if 3 times they show up at wherever, so there's like a whereabouts. We have an app for it, and it's like the USADA app, and you just basically put in like where you're gonna be at all times. So like anything routine, like I'm at the gym every day from 11 to 1. Put that in. I sleep here every night. Well, when I first broke up with my girl, I was just like staying here, staying there, staying everywhere. So I like
Jesus,
didn't know what to put in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess in that scenario.
Yeah, it was crazy. So, but you get 3 of them in a year. So if they show up to test you and you're not there, like, all right, there's 1.
Like what if
You get 3.
they show up at your house right now? They say you're like we're here, and you're like, all right, I'll be there soon.
Right.
Does that count?
Yeah,
Or-
as long as you're there within an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, they do at least give you a chance to show up. I mean, if you're more than an hour away, that
Yeah, because you can't possibly tell them everywhere you're
Yeah,
going.
yeah,
like
yeah.
locally.
I hear you.
Yeah. That's insane. All right.
But then they test you too at like it's just every fight, obviously.
right.
Before the fight. So like you get to the arena and then they'll be like, "Why? Whenever you have to piss, just come get us."
Yeah.
Yeah. The one that when they come to their house, they'll take blood. They took blood, but at the fight, they'll just make you piss. They're not gonna fucking draw a bunch of blood from you right before you go on the fight. You
Yeah.
know?
Right. How much blood do they take? Just one little. Like,
It's like 2 little vials. Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
so
Yeah, dude. Looking over it, there's not a lot of American fighters that are jumping out at me.
yeah, the only fighters I know on the prelims are Amanda Ribas and Verna Jandaroba.
All right, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I don't see any other. What's this one?
Yeah, this Verna broad looks wild. She looks scary.
Dude, 17-2. See, I can't take my phone out during these shows.
Nope.
I go down a rabbit hole real fast.
Yeah, she's fought some pretty big names. She fought Felice Herrig. She beat her. Lost to Mackenzie Dern. That's how I know her. Back in December of 2020.
That's what I was thinking. I thought she fought recently somebody that we knew, but I couldn't. I couldn't put a name on it.
But I think we got to talk about the main card. That's where the fighters.
What is it? 267.
Yeah,
Yep.
UFC 267.
Yeah.
Here's a hack: if you go into Google and type in UFC events, it'll bring up every a whole chronological order.
Yeah. And you just scroll.
Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, we
Yeah, that main card looks pretty intense.
yeah. Volkan Ozdemir versus again another one of those names, Magomed
Ankalaev.
Yeah,
Ankalaev,
Magomed Ankalaev.
A lot of fighters coming out of Russia
Yeah.
these days.
Some crazy fighters, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That Chimaev's on the card.
That's what I want to see, dude.
That's his comeback
Kamzat
fight.
Chimaev and Li Jingliang.
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill him.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
they're building him up to be a megastar.
Yeah, no doubt
He's
about
endorsed by that dude Kadyrov. He's the president of Chechnya,
Okay.
Yeah.
but he was affiliated with Khabib back in the day. Mm-hmm. I don't know to what extent, but
that. They're calling.
what I see is that those dudes that he's bajillions of dollars, so they don't fight for money in the UFC. You know what I mean? Because if they need anything, Kadyrov will pay for it.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, dude, to build hype, so many people are trying to link everybody they can to Khabib.
Right.
Well, they call him
Kamzat
Khabib too,
Chimaev.
right? Chimaev.
Yeah.
Chimaev,
Yeah.
Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
Hasbulla. I still want to see that fucking fight. Did you see Hasbulla give Khabib that right cross?
Yeah,
Khabib's like,
So I don't know.
After that.
That Dane Hooker and Islam Makhachev fight looks.
Oh, Sterling is out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
which he's not the champ. I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on that?
Would you have taken it?
Man, that's a tough fucking question.
It's one thing to take it and still be like, listen, this we got to fight again.
Yeah.
It
Right,
depends how
but
you
then like
act
after
about
the
it.
fight, like an hour later,
How long are you gonna drag this on? You know what I mean?
an hour later, he's like, you know what? I am the fucking champ. And then he's like wearing the belt out, like you can't.
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
I,
right
I think a
away,
lot of
it's
that
like,
is like the
no
people
good,
you're
no
with, me too. You know what I mean?
hyping you up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna, but and that's part of their job too. But
Right.
you gotta.
Although that knee from Peter Yan was like blatantly illegal.
It was, but
Not in fucking one championship. It's not.
No, not in one champion.
yeah, but they weren't fighting in one championship. They were fighting UFC. And he says, he looked at his corner, and his corner.
I feel like
told
one
him to do
championship,
it.
everything's
Yeah.
legal. You could bring a pistol and get shot. It's fully legal.
Pulling fucking steel chairs from underneath the cage. And,
Dude, so I talked to Eddie Alvarez about one, and he said that I'm like, you like fighting for one, blah blah. He's like, dude, I have a baseball contract. Like, he's like, I'm making baseball money. He's like, I don't even get a fight contract. Like, I'm making money. And I was like, okay. Someone told me it was like, someone told me it was 11 million, and someone else told me it was 30 million. I was like, dude, I'd be shocked if he was getting $30 million.
Eddie's contract?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
For ONE FC. Because he got like part ownership of it, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That would explain it.
I mean, you know what? Prior to like
They have more
Eddie,
viewers.
Misha Tate, Mighty Mouse going over there. Who else went over? There's one other person that went over.
Misha Tate went over?
Misha Tate was like co-owner
Of ONE?
or CEO, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I didn't know that.
she had to leave.
Sage Northcutt went too.
Sage
That's
Northcutt,
right.
that's right. she had to leave.
He got fucked up.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he got his face broken.
Yeah. She had to leave to go back to the UFC. She couldn't work at one and then fight at UFC, so she chose to do that. But I'm sure she made boku bucks too.
I seen her at the PI the one day.
Mm-hmm.
She's very good looking girl.
Oh.
She was there, and then like her baby dad. She was like at the PI getting like a massage or whatever, and then her baby dad just stands there and just like stares at everyone that walks by. I'm like, whoa, bro!
Yeah, take it easy, bruh.
I wasn't gonna not look.
Yeah, you should be honored.
Is he a fighter?
I don't know. I'm not really sure.
Because if he's not a fighter,
Not in
it's
the
like,
UFC.
It's like you're not going to do shit.
Yeah, right.
You could stand there playing guard all day long, but you're not doing nothing.
Yeah, at that point, you better watch who you're staring down.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Petr Yan fight against Corey Sandhagen is
That's going to be fun.
Dude, I like Sandhagen.
the Sandman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you hear him on Rogan's?
Mm-mm.
He was talking about how like his psychology was interesting. He was talking about how like he'll like label all his like negative thoughts. So like he's like I'll name them. So like I have a guy that like always wants to like go out and get fucked up, and that's fucking Sam. And I'm like, sometimes Sam will come out and be like, yo, like, let's go to the bar, let's go to that party, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, not today, Sam, maybe next week. And he's like, I got another guy that, like, he just doesn't want to go to practice all the time. He doesn't want to do the sprints after practice. He doesn't want to go on these long runs. He wants to cut the run short. He's like, that's fucking Luke. Like, I'm like, no, not today, Luke. Like, I don't have time for you. I got a world title to win. Mm-hmm. So, like, him basically doing this weird thing where he names them makes it easier for him to, like, say no. Which I was like, I mean, fuck, bro. If that shit works, like, hell yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's definitely different, but dude, if that's what gets you through,
dude, do it.
more power to you.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just glad that he's getting the shot and not TJ.
Yeah.
Because I thought he beat TJ in points.
I bet on TJ that fight. He was like plus 180, and I put money on him. He won.
Fuck TJ.
I parlayed him and Jeremiah Wells, and that was like a pretty big payday.
Yeah.
How'd you feel about the whole TJ situation?
With the steroids?
Yeah, it was pretty shitty.
Just weird, man. Like, you're already on top. Like, why?
Right.
I just, like, my theory is that, like, I just feel like you're gonna get caught. Like,
Yeah, it
No
seems
doubt,
inevitable.
why, like, what the fuck? They're showing up at your house at random times. Like, what am I gonna be like? Well, maybe I could have like snuck it. Like, what? No.
Yeah,
It was
just-
for
there's
like
no way it
EPOs, and I
works.
think EPOs were on the brink of not being able to detect them.
Yeah. So I watched the Icarus, and basically, and this is me fucking philosophy. Basically, what they were saying was like, they knew that they couldn't get tested from the time of like 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. So that they could do like, you know, whatever, like the EPO at 9 p.m. and it would be out of their system by 6 a.m. And they basically like knew that was like the system or whatever. I don't know, man. Like, so then how did you get caught if it's that?
That's
like,
the thing. That's the thing. Everybody who gets caught is surprised they got caught because they thought they knew how to beat the system.
Right.
But it turns out you didn't, dude.
Yeah.
Just like everybody else that's been caught. So
So that's like always my question, and like on the show, I would ask the same questions. I'd be like, dude, like at this point, like why? I don't understand why people are doing it. And one guy was like saying like it because like obviously Jackson Wink's gym has a big, is notoriously known for steroids, and you know obviously John Jones, but basically what they're saying is like there's doctors claiming that they have these new designer steroids that can't be detected, and like every year they're coming out saying they have something new that can't be detected.
yeah.
But I'm like, dude, like the shit John Jones and these guys are popping for is all shit that like has been around forever. Like,
Right. It's fucked up.
I don't know, dude. How about all that John Jones shit?
my God.
They kicked him out now, and they said, you know, it's not that you're not allowed to ever come
So
back,
here's
but
my
you need to
problem
step
with
out
that.
right now.
Here's my problem with that. It's like you've been John's coach for over the past 10 years, if not more, right? And you mean to tell me that you didn't know kind of like what was going on behind closed doors and shit for the past 10 years?
So the way
She never once said anything in 10 years. Like, you're his coach. You've been his only coach for 10 years, and you're saying you don't know anything? So now that something comes out in the public about it, now you want to kick him off the team.
Right.
It's like, dude, like, if you were a real coach, you would have been saying shit to him like 5 years ago.
So supposedly,
I think John Jones's money was still green no matter what.
Yeah, I think that has a big role to play in it too.
Yeah.
But so Mike Winkeljohn gave the interview, and he was saying, you know, I try because people are coming at him like, don't you think that's harsh? You're kicking him out. He has no gym. He has no, you know, he's an orphan athlete right now. You know, trying to get sympathy for him, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, so I've been nice about it. I've been saying things like, we've got to...
stop drinking.
We've got to, you know, get this cleaned up. We can't have you doing this. Da-da-da. He's like, I've tried to be nice to him.
Yeah.
He's like, now is the time when he has to walk away. I have to say, I'm not going to be there for you now.
Yeah.
So...
They did say...
Again, there's a logic to it, and I get it,
Somebody broke it down to say that, like, a part of the gym's income, like a big part, is, like, kids coming in to learn. Well... a mother's not going to be like, oh, well, John Jones trains here. Like, I don't want my kid training there.
They are.
They're not. They're not going to let their kid train there because if they have John Jones training there, who's a terrible influence and fucking up left and right,
terrible role
it's just
model.
it's a business move. It's a business move.
If I was, even so, I don't know if I agree. I was saying if it was my kid, but I honestly, I still feel like in this country, a lot of people are going to send their kids.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're going to get more people than you're going to
just
push.
the idea, the potential loss of business.
I don't totally agree. Yeah, no.
I still think you're going to draw more people with John Jones than you're going to push away. But I think for
Obviously,
Jones's
but
own good,
when John Jones
Mike
is
Winkeljohn
in the
needs
news,
to just cut him off and say exactly what he said. Don't come back right now.
right when he's in the
Go out and
news
get your
beating
shit
his
straight.
wife,
It's bad. It's a bad look,
and like
man.
threatening
in front of the
cops
kids,
and shit, in front of the kids, right? And
yeah.
his own kid is like, call the cops on my dad.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's a
and
bad
then like
look.
you see that in the news, and you're like, well, my kid trains there, and like if John's there at the same time, like who knows what this motherfucker's gonna do?
Yeah.
Like I'm just kind of gonna distance myself from this, and then
Yeah.
you know, John Wink loses money.
I know. It was the same thing with the whole Chuck thing, except it was like reversed. And like he had to come out to the public and be like, well, here it is.
Yeah. I felt bad for him because a lot of people were kind of he didn't
Like shitting on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I feel like I mean I don't know, but I know you guys should probably say it. I feel like most people didn't hear his side. And his side was like, dude, this has like been happening for a while. Like,
Right.
Straight up.
they were gonna arrest her. I said, take me instead. Like,
Yeah, he took the total gentleman's role in this situation.
for
It
sure.
seems like, and it's a shame because of the way it was portrayed in the media. He came out to be an asshole right away. I mean, and straight up, I'll tell you, I said it too. I was like, yeah, fuck him, man. Like, like seriously, he's a UFC fighter, he's a UFC legend, going to beat his wife now.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Nope, he's the victim.
oh man, I feel like an asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was in our group chat. He sent it to us. He's like, fuck all these dudes.
straight up, I started going off. I was like, well, how are UFC fighters going to beat up on girls? Like that's not going to make you any tougher.
so my
bro.
thing is like if a girl's hitting you, like even if a girl's like hitting you, like you don't have to, like if you're a fighter, at least you don't have to hit them back.
Yeah.
All you do is grab them.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah, so you're telling
you're not
me
hitting
you
me
can-
anymore.
You can step in the
You're hitting me.
octagon.
I grab you. You're not hitting me anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
You're telling
You're
me-
fine. I'm fine. Like
You can step in the octagon and you know go pound for pound with all these fighters, but your girl hits you and you don't know what to do, so you panic and hit
Yeah,
her.
I
No,
know,
dude, you got to have better
yeah,
composure. Than,
for sure.
than
I
that.
agree.
So,
I agree.
but I mean, Chuck's case, holy shit, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's shitty.
I thought maybe he did do something. I'm like, oh man, like CTE finally fucking took over.
Oh, yeah.
And he fucking just lost his shit.
If I was in Chuck's situation, I probably would have just put her in a sleeper hold, knocked her out, tied her to a chair, and called the cops. And be like, I had to do what I had to do.
It sounded a little much. But no, I mean, in all reality, she wakes up and everything's fine the next day.
And that's
you
what I
know?
mean. Like, she's
Hopefully.
subdued. She's tied to a chair. You call the cops. You let them know, like, I had to do this. Like, she was fucking hitting me.
Did you see
I had to
Kevin
protect
Holland?
myself.
Some dude was stealing a
yeah.
car.
Oh
and
yeah, dude, he
fucking,
chased him down.
He had the gift wrap.
Holy
He was just
shit.
holding him there to like the.
I wonder how
costume.
much shit he was talking to the dude the whole time.
Dude.
He's the fucking best.
Oh my god, he's so
Constantly
entertaining.
talking.
Yeah, he's funny.
So
We tried to get him for that Fury grappling. It was actually the same weekend as my fight, and they wouldn't let me grapple him. They're like, no, you'll just wrestle him. I was like, that's right.
That would be fun.
Dude, that would like. How do you not laugh?
I know.
Almost when you're rolling around and he's
Yeah.
like talking all that shit. Like,
Have you ever been in one of your fights? Has anybody ever talked shit to you like while they're fighting?
Yeah, my last amateur fight. This is crazy. His name is Avery Sanchez. He's from Hawaii. He showed up. They wanted me to fight this kid for whatever reason, and we fought at a catch weight of 175. And he shows up and he's like, I don't even remember the exact weight, but he was significantly underweight. He was like 163 or something like that, 168, I don't know. And I was 175, and they weren't going to approve the fight. Serb, the commissioner, was like, no, it's too big of a gap, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what the fuck? And they're like, all right, we'll approve it, but it's going to be amateur rules, not advanced amateur. At the time, I was advanced amateur, which included ground and pound to the head, head kicks, blah, 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 no shin guards. They're like, we'll do it, but it's amateur. So I would take this kid, and this dude was running his mouth crazy, crazy. And I would take him down. There's a picture of him, like, flipping me off when he's on his back. And, like, I can't punch him in the face or nothing. Right. It was just, like, the most frustrating fight. And, but he actually just got arrested for like all these rape counts. Oh, wow. So they extradited him back from Hawaii to Lancaster or vice versa. But like, yeah.
Lancaster, Pennsylvania?
Yeah.
So he has the rape counts in Pennsylvania?
Yes, oh, I'm pretty sure. Avery Sanchez.
Damn.
Here he is. Look at this dude.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, the details are not very pretty. 14-year-old girl.
So was your fight in Lancaster?
No, it was in Philly.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at him. He's like, I royally fucked up. He's got the mask on.
That's fucked.
Yeah, man. And the fucked up part about it is like he had a daughter. And he would always post about like his daughter, like, oh, I love my daughter, blah blah blah, like all this shit. Like, you love your daughter, but like you're out raping 14-year-old girls. Like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Look, there's our poster.
And you couldn't beat that fucking dude's head, and that sucks.
Dude, here's the fight. Here's the fight. Wow, he was talking shit the whole time. Crazy.
That really sucks that you couldn't fucking just stop setting. Does that get you worked up?
That one did. Yeah, I was pissed.
Like if we're fighting.
Yeah, I got on the mic after the fight. I was like, this fight's fucking stupid. Why the fuck wasn't advanced amateur rules? Like, I'm sorry to everyone that came. I was just like pissed. Yeah, I was pissed.
So prior to a fight, if you and I are fighting and we're in a press conference, like, and I'm talking shit to you, does that get you worked up, or are you able just to like blow that the fuck off?
That's just kind of expected.
Depends. Yeah, like
there's lines to be crossed.
Yeah, exactly. But like I'm pretty numb to it at this point. Like I've heard pretty much everything in the comment section of Instagram.
Yeah, I mean you gotta have thick skin to be a fighter. Like there's no way you're not gonna have.
Dude, I think
a lot.
You're 100% right. I think a lot of the shit's kind of funny, honestly.
Yeah, I mean you gotta be able to laugh at it.
Dude, I get like drunk dudes. I'll get dudes that come on and talk like a whole bunch of shit, and I'll be like, and I'll say something back, and they'll be like, honestly, you're pretty funny, and like I was really drunk last night. So like I'm a fan now.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna get that shit. You're gonna get the keyboard warriors that are gonna run their mouths because they're never gonna be sitting across the table from you.
Right.
I mean I'm at least gonna wait until you leave before I say something bad. Dude, nah, you're good in my book. But
it's like you grew up around here. You're already like one of us.
Yeah.
So
how do you guys know Danny?
Well, we our first podcast back, we did a podcast with Eddie Doyle.
Oh yeah. So Eddie, I grew up with Eddie.
Right.
His mom and my mom were really good friends when we were growing up. So Eddie and my brother were really good friends.
So when we were getting this thing back together, I found Eddie on YouTube. I didn't even know him, but I found like all his Uber stuff on YouTube. I was like, yo, this cat's funny. And then
dude, he sent it over to us, and we just started watching random
so we,
videos. It was
we interviewed him, and then he found out that like we were UFC fans, and he said, "Oh, I'm friends with this guy Andre," and that's also who linked me to you at the time.
Eddie did,
right?
Yeah,
and then
he wants to know who to blame for this video.
Right?
That's what he's getting.
Yeah, so it started with Ed. Yeah. And then that's when I was sending messages to your Instagram was because of Ed.
Right.
And then we had him. Then we were talking about their.
Wait, you sent me messages on Instagram?
Yeah, from either the podcast or my personal. I think probably from the podcast one.
Yeah. So after this, if you
And what's the Instagram?
The Hollow Chord Podcast. That sounded Delco as shit.
Hardcore podcast. Went to Wawa, get a hoagie. Took my girlfriend to the creek.
So,
some
Dude,
water
the
ice.
fucking oh, here you are. I see.
You got a lot of messages now?
Yeah. Just like, dude, I swear, like half of these people on here are like 10 followers and like one post.
I think it's like just like a bot or
Right.
something.
Dude, I don't know, but like, there's a lot of them. That's for sure.
so
Or someone that just like creates an account and doesn't like post anything.
right. So then Eddie had like a whole like video collage of him
Yeah.
and Danny, and he calls him Delco Danny, and I was like, that dude's fucking hysterical. I don't
Yeah.
know how I don't know him, but I want to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, everybody's seen the Christmas list video that's on there.
Yeah.
Of Danny saying everything he wants for Christmas. And
Dude,
he's
Danny's
just
fucking
rapid fire.
hilarious.
He is a fucking trip.
Yeah.
So I end up getting in touch with him. I forget how I got his number though.
I think you just messaged Danny.
No.
Did you get it from Eddie? Either way, you obtained his number.
I obtained his number somehow, and I was like, "Yeah, I have to have you on my fucking podcast, dude."
Yeah, we
So-
gotta have a conversation, and it's gonna be recorded.
Yeah, and then did Danny, hooked us up with you?
Yeah, Danny's the man. Shout out to Danny.
So, but yeah, he was like, "Yeah, like I feel like with him, anybody that like you bring up, you like automatically from like being around here, you think he's a fucking liar." You know what I mean? It was like we brought up he brought up like the Glorious Sons thing,
Yeah.
and I'm like listening to the story, and I'm like, yeah, fucking right, dude. Like nobody does this, but he's got the fucking evidence to back it up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
He's got the personality to
He
back
does
it up.
have
Yeah.
the personality.
He's
So-
got a big personality.
so like when I was hearing about it, you know,
Yeah,
like,
they love him at work. Like,
yeah.
our customer base is largely
Right.
African American. So like when we're in charge of like when someone's got to get thrown out, like they're getting thrown out. Like,
Yeah.
But like when Danny goes to throw someone out, like they're like hugging him, like they love it. He's like, I'm like, dude, you're throwing this person out. How you guys become best friends? Like,
I'm kind of picturing Danny as being like the Kevin Holland of security guards, like
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
shit as he's doing something.
So
One time, Vinny was fighting somebody, and he's fucking body punching this kid, pushes him through some plexiglass in a door, and the kid's like, he's like,
he's like, don't worry about that, Vinny. I'll pay for that.
I don't know how that
Yeah.
happened, but that just reminded me of
where
like,
was this at?
Drexel Hill Middle School.
Jesus.
You know, because I've always been like a thick kid, and he was on fucking like hockey skates,
Yeah.
and he was like just talking shit, and he was just like, "Fuck you, fat fuck! Like you'll never fucking catch me." And I was like,
You caught him?
I was like, I play football, motherfucker. Watch me.
oh,
I-
that's fast for a big guy, real
So-
fucking fast. And
Uh,
yeah, he was just fucking the kid up, pushed him through plexiglass. Said, "Don't worry, Vin, I'll pay for that."
I was-
Which reminded me of like you saying that. Just
yeah, but yeah, Danny was a trip. So we started like texting, and he's like a big fucking grunge dude. We're
Yeah.
big grunge dudes.
I would love to see Danny play sometime.
Same,
yeah.
same.
I was supposed to go to, the Shack Shakers? They're like a local band.
I heard it. I don't
Like
know.
kind of like
anything, but I've heard of it.
bluegrass, honestly. But they were supposed to play in Wayne. They do like those outdoor concerts.
Okay.
This was probably like 2 weeks ago, and they canceled it. I don't know why.
So-
what about like the 181 place or something. Or
Yeah.
111 North.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
So,
yes.
but
I
yeah,
have
so,
a friend. We have a friend, Jason Reed, who plays there all the time with his
Yeah.
Super Unknown, his Chris Cornell band.
Yeah, not sure why they canceled it, but what I actually enjoyed was the Rose Tree Park. They have it's an amphitheater. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched like a Pink Floyd cover band there.
I saw a
Yup.
Def Leppard cover band.
Yeah. It was actually enjoyable.
I've seen Pink Floyd, the Pink
there's
Floyd
gotta
cover
be
band,
more
the Cream
coming up
cover
there.
band.
Yeah.
There's a couple, dude. Like,
Yeah.
if you go to those things, hit me up, man. It's right around the corner. I'll pop down anytime.
fuck yeah. But yeah, me and Danny had like a stepbrothers moment. We're like, did we just become best friends?
Yeah.
That's
So
funny
let's
as
finish
shit.
the rest of this card, man.
Yeah.
John Blockowitz versus Glover.
Dude,
That's Jan all day.
I think so, too.
I don't know, man. Glover's a tough, wild motherfucker.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
definitely. But it's...
Jan was fucking underestimated with fucking Stylebender, and he fucking made Stylebender look like child's play.
So Glover has looked very good as of recently.
For sure.
Let's look at Glover's last few fights. He had some impressive wins.
Yeah, he knocked out Anthony Smith.
That's a big. That's
choked
a big
out
win.
Thiago Santos.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's a big win too.
Yeah.
Who was the dude that he was just ground and pounding the shit out of?
I mean, his last fight was Thiago Santos.
Maybe it was that. Yeah, he was on top, I think. But he's 41, man.
It's
And
tough.
Jan is like. Yeah, I think.
On
what's the
paper,
line
I
on it?
gotta give that to Jan. So
For sure. What's the odds on that? UFC 267 odds. Here we go. Jan is minus 255.
Yeah, so I mean he's
It's hard to
favored
bet on
there.
though. Yeah.
I mean, Jan's only, 3 years younger than him?
Oh really?
4 years younger.
I didn't know
No,
that.
3.
38.
He's 38, yeah. He's 3 years younger than him.
I actually thought he was a little bit younger.
So
than
it's-
that,
it-
But he looks like he's like in the best shape of his
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
he
yeah.
does, dude. Jan just
41,
looks,
Glover doesn't... At 41, it doesn't mean he's not in the best shape of his life.
That's true. I mean, I don't want to count
I like
Glover out.
Sandhagen
Right.
at, what is he, plus 150 or something here?
Mm-hmm.
Sandhagen at plus 190. I like that.
Yeah.
I think it's like, dude, don't get me wrong. Peter Jan's Peter? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Peter?
Or
Pewter.
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 Yeah, everybody,
Piotr.
I hear that a lot, Piotr.
Who was talking shit about, like, he's like, you're so stupid you don't even have to spell your own name. Because everyone calls him Peter.
Dude. He's a beast, don't get me wrong, but I think Sandhagen has that style that as long as he can keep him at range, like, dude, he is so tall and so long.
Dude, if Jan gets in and starts lighting him up, that's going to be an interesting thing to see.
Wow. Makachev is minus 700. Dude, I would take Hooker there. Hooker by knockout.
Yeah.
Let's see what that is. Fightodds.io.
Oh, there we go.
Hooker is plus 500.
Shit, dude.
Dude, Chimaev's not even that big of a favorite. Chimaev at minus 365. I would take him in a second.
Yeah, I mean, Chimaev's, he's going to run through everybody.
I think that line is not that big just because of all, like, the reports of Chimaev, like, saying that he's fucked up from the COVID.
Oh, if he does lose, that's going to be his excuse.
Oh,
for
yeah.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
The Dane Hooker one's definitely going to be interesting for sure.
They don't got my fight on there.
Not yet.
Is it still like too fresh? Did you just you just released the news today for it?
They announced it yesterday, yeah.
Okay.
So is there like a protocol you have to follow before they announce it? Like, do they say, shut the fuck up about it until we announce it?
They didn't say that, no.
Okay. So you could have
I
said,
just kind of waited till they did, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like a better idea to let them break the news.
Yeah,
you know?
because I don't know what's going on their end. You know what I mean? What if he said no or something?
Right.
I'm not like calling him, translating in Chinese, like, yo, you signed a contract, right?
Yeah. We good? Are we official now?
So
Yo, he was at Jackson's.
Was he?
Yeah. Speaking of steroids at Jackson's.
Oh, shit.
There was, someone showed me a
Damn.
picture of him training at Jackson's.
No shit, dude.
Now they know where they get it.
So where do you think you're going to go from here? You think you're going to, like, I was just joking about this with these guys before you got here. I was like, do you think you're going to turn into like the next
Jake Paul, yeah.
No. No, you're going to be like the next fucking Cerrone where anytime, anywhere, short notice,
You're going to be
everything.
the short notice
I
guy?
love it, honestly. I mean, it is what it is. Like, dude, camps are like, don't get me wrong. There's a reason for camps. You get into peak shape in 6 to 8 weeks, but dude, they suck. I mean, dude, like, fuck, man, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
But that's what I'll need to get down to 70. Like, if I go down to 70, if they would have called me and be like, yo, you want to fight Mike Perry? Like, I'd be like, yeah, give me 8 weeks. I'm 100% down to 170.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're cool with doing that weight cut?
I'm not like thrilled about it.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
I
I
could
mean, I'm
do
sure
it.
you're not excited,
dude.
but-
At the level like I'm at now, like I would have like a meal prep, a nutritionist that would literally do everything for me.
Right.
So like, you know, all the meals would be laid out. This is exactly what you have to eat. This is exactly in order so that your water cut can be like less than 15 pounds. This is exactly what you have to do. Yeah. So it was just a matter of just doing it. Like,
And the UFC PI will help you with that, right?
yeah, they do. If you want, like, if that's what you want. I mean,
Do you have to be there for them to help you, or can you call in and be like...
you can. Yeah, listen. The UFC, maybe they don't like pay the best, but like, dude, they have the resources. They have everything. Like, dude, if the PI is the most incredible place I've ever been to. Like, this is like $1 million facilities. Like,
That's kind of what Dana just said in an interview not too long ago.
Nobody
He said, look,
does it.
he's like,
Crazy.
look, like,
Crazy.
we may not pay what one pays, but
yeah, we have that.
we have like our fight $20 million in like medical.
yeah.
Just medical testing alone. So
Yeah.
like you go in there, they make sure your fucking brain's okay. They found like 10 fighters who like could have died if they didn't find out what they found out about them.
Yeah, my one of my teammates on the show, he has a brain disease called moya. And it's basically where what
Sounds
is
like
this, an
fish that
artery?
you'd order at a restaurant.
Yeah,
That was a little
yeah,
bit.
it's
Your carotid.
carotid artery.
Also, well, I think it's artery, but the arteries that went to his brain basically were like shriveling up, and so that like they were saying that like if let's say like he got choked out, and like that time where it takes for the blood to come back to your brain, like it would take like 3 times as long, so he could have like died in the process.
Oh, damn.
So he actually signed in 2017 or something to fight Sandhagen, and at 45. And the week of the fight, they went in to do that CAT scan and they found that, and they were like,
shit.
"Dude, this is bad." And like that, and yeah, so then he got emergency brain surgery and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I guess they put in like stents or something,
Right, but that's invaluable. That's your life.
Yeah, for
So,
sure,
like,
for sure.
It's sort of like having benefits at work.
Yeah.
Like you take a little bit less pay to make sure you have medical benefits.
For sure. Yeah.
So where do you see yourself like this time next year?
5-0 UFC champ.
All right.
Nah, I would like. I want a big fight. You know what I mean? Like.
That's what I said to Vinny
Yeah.
before he came. I said, "How long before we see
Yeah.
a number next to your name?" I
Yeah,
wanna find out.
that's the goal, man. I want a big name, a fight that like, everyone's talking about. Like, yo, this weekend is UFC 266. Andre's fighting blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I want big. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I want
man.
something big. I don't necessarily know who the opponent would be or anything like that, but yeah, I want big, something big.
All right.
For sure.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, when do you get to the point where like you feel like you're able to like make call outs?
Yeah.
I'd still call them motherfuckers out right now.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
fight.
Like I thought Chris Dawkins' call outs were fucking great. The one that he fought last, like
Should call out Chris Dawkins.
He's like,
no,
Chris, I'm coming for you.
Philly versus Philly.
no. The best thing he said is like, I want to fight Stipe so we can have a fucking firefighter versus Colin. I was like, that would be fucking brilliant.
Yeah, dude.
Or Derek Lewis. He didn't even call out Derek Lewis,
No,
did he?
No, that wasn't a call.
Stipe or who? Volkov?
No, Curtis
No,
Blades,
Curtis
that's
Blades.
it.
and then I guess whoever was supposed to win.
Honestly, I think Derek Lewis is a way better matchup for Chris than Curtis Blades.
He's way faster than Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
I just worry about Derek Lewis's fucking that one shot.
That's what everyone's worried about. But, dude, Chris is so quick. You seen him strike?
Yeah, I
Like-
was talking about it.
Dude, we
earlier.
were literally
Dude, his
watching
hands
videos.
are quick
He's
as
fast.
hell, man.
Yeah.
For
we
that-
were literally watching videos 10 minutes before you came
Yeah,
in. We were talking about
he's
the speed.
fucking. He gets hit, and like no even like reaction. He just gets hit, and then comes back with the 1-2 like immediately. Like, dude, he's quick, and he finishes with that hook where he catches you on the like when you're disengaging.
I know. The last guy he
His
fought was
boxing's
fucking
clean.
spitting fucking everywhere.
Yeah, Shamil. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's good, man. He's definitely good.
So I'm trying to stay behind all the Philly fighters.
Hell yeah. There's 7. So we just did the fundraiser. Pat's fiance's maid of honor. I couldn't think of the name. Maid of honor. She has like breast cancer, and I actually just posted on Instagram. So we're auctioning off a set. It's a bag. It's a fight kit. It's like Kyle's fight kit from his fight, or Chris's,
Right.
and from the Shamil fight. And we basically, long story short, we got there's 7 fighters from Philly in the UFC, and we got them all to sign it.
Nice.
So it's me, Jeremiah Wells, Sean Brady, Pat Sabatini, Chris Dawkins, Kyle Dawkins, Bill Algeo. Yeah, and so they're gonna auction it off to help with the treatment.
That's great, man. When's that happening?
I actually just posted it.
All right, cool. Yeah, drop us a link. We'll share that out.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll send it to you guys too.
Is there any fighter that you really want to fight just to maybe improve your skill? Or test yourself?
Evander Holyfield.
We'll make that happen.
Now, are you going to box Evander Holyfield, or are you going to wrestle him?
Choke him out. Fuck it.
Where is it not coming up? Yeah, dude, Tito Ortiz, obviously.
Get Evander in a figure 4 leg lock.
Why is it not coming up? The hollow court. Here we go. I just sent it.
Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I mean, of course there are, but in all reality, like I just should just like put my head down and fucking keep winning, and
Yeah.
Obviously, I got good people looking out for me. Obviously you can see like. I mean, most guys get fed to the wolves immediately. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you could tell that they're invested in me, and they're trying to build me up, and so I just got to keep showing up.
Word.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So do you also, I'm guessing any fighter feels this way, but I guess you hope that all your fights end in finishes.
100% finish rate at this point.
Yeah. You don't want to deal with fucking those UFC fucking judges. 'Cause
Yeah. My
highway-
last fight was the first fight that went to the 3rd round.
Okay.
Up until then, every other fight was finished with the 1st or 2nd.
Yeah, you were talking about in your your interview how you hit a wall at like 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's hitting that wall like? Like how does that feel? Do you just feel
It's
like
like-
super tired? Or
Yeah, like a panic almost of like, fuck, like I didn't get to finish, and like, what if I don't? You know what I mean? Like,
All right, and then you're just getting too much in your head.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like a downward spiral from there. Yeah.
And I think it's just a product of like, for so long, I would go out and fight and finish it within those 5-7 minutes. I think 7 minutes is like, I just kind of say that because that's how long a wrestling match was.
Yeah.
I'm so used to competing for 7 minutes. But, like in wrestling, like I learned, like no matter how tired I get in wrestling, like I know where to recover. Like I know the positions where I can rest and my opponent's working.
Yeah.
So
You
it's
can
just a
breathe little
matter
easier.
of finding those positions and fighting. And Floyd's the best at it, man. Like Floyd can literally do nothing for a minute and 30 seconds. And then the last 20 seconds of the round, boom, 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 I just won the round. It's like, dude, no matter how tired he could ever get, not that he ever gets tired, but like he knows in the back of his head, like I can just do that. I could just dance around here and he's not going to be able to touch me for the next
Yeah,
minute.
there's always a fail-safe if you're Floyd.
Right. So that's all it is, man. You got to like, and you start figuring that shit out like in practice. Like you can push through mentally like on the bike and doing the cardio and shit, but you figure out the ways like, all right, this is where I can recover. This is where I can rest. Like, like no matter how tired I am, like I feel like, I can stay here, jab, keep you away for, all right, that buys me 10 seconds. I can recover. All right, I'm good. You know what I mean? You do that once or twice. All right, I'm back. Let's go fight.
Yeah, you
know
set
what
up
I mean?
the next strike. You just
Rather than panicking and
calculated.
being like, fuck, I'm tired. All right, I'm going to dive in on a shot. Like, nah, we're good.
And how important is a corner man in situations like that? Like keeping you out of your own head. Like
Yeah, it's good. Like not giving you too much, not overwhelming you, making you overthink shit. It's just like, look, calm down, move your head.
I mean, no
calm
matter
down,
what-
move your feet. Move your jab.
I was
That's
going to
it.
say, don't listen to the fucking commentator. Shut the fuck up, Felder.
Maybe if you do the Hollow Chord podcast, then you would fucking know how to.
who was it? Holland was yelling at DC last fight.
I saw that. He's like, how's my wrestling?
Yeah, he's like, I got you, DC. I heard you. Or something like that, man. That was hysterical.
Yeah, they love him.
But
So fuck, I forget what I was gonna ask about hitting that wall. Oh, I was just gonna say you have to remember that you're fighting a whole. I mean, not that you don't know, but you're fighting a whole different level of human being. Than from the Art of War.
Right.
So like when you hit that 7-minute wall, like you just got to think that like, why haven't I knocked these guys out? Oh, that's because they're fucking elite humans.
I mean, they're all humans though.
That's exactly it.
They can all go down. Yeah.
He was like, yeah, don't get it fucking twisted.
When I wrap their neck up, like they're all gonna tap.
Good deal, man.
Yeah.
So fuckery of the day.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
First, is there anything about the UFC that people don't know that they should know that like makes it as elite as it seems? Because obviously
they have like big like, so the Apex is like not open to the public at all. There's no like fans in there or nothing, but they like allow like celebrities to come in and like. Well, they'll like give them tours or like come to the fights and do like there's like a whole like application process for like getting on that. Like I had like family or like friends and sponsors try to like apply for these tickets. They all obviously got denied. But you know, like you be in there and just like like Mario Lopez. I was like walking up to Dana after my fight and I'm like tunnel vision on like saying something to Dana or whatever, and then Mario Lopez like came up to give me like a high five, and I like totally blew him off. And then like I get two.
You blew off AC Slater.
I fucking got 2 steps past him and was like, "Fuck, that was Mario Lopez." Is it too late? But like, yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. You'll see like those types of people like walk around.
Nice.
I know. I hear like I keep seeing like Steve-O's fucking at these events.
Yeah, Shaq is always in there. Do you see like Instagram like models and shit?
Yeah.
The one I noticed was you ever seen that Viking Barbie on Instagram? I don't know. She's like a fucking super risque Instagram girl. Here he goes. He's like, I gotta see her. She was in there the one day.
His eyes just got big.
He was like, oh,
Just gonna pass that phone around. Take a look.
Okay. Harley Quinn. I can dig that. So she's there all the time? Is she a ring girl?
No, I just saw that she was there the one day. I
That's
have no idea. Yeah.
Well, how many Viking Barbies can there be? I mean,
Viking
taking a
underscore
shot, I did-
Barbie.
I did
Viking
click the first
Barbie,
one, but
Viking Barbie 7. All right, so fuckery of the day. This is where we ask our guests to tell us any fucked up story from what they're involved in. So, if there's anything that you can think of as fuckery, whether it's in training camp, in fighting,
your part-time job.
Yeah, your part-time job.
I'm sure that's probably got the most of it.
Right, anything you've seen at all, ever, that's complete fuckery that you think is just so absurd.
All right, one of you guys has to go first. I need like an example.
Well, we
All right.
we had. Well, I was gonna give you for a reference. Like we had John Dene on here, the guitarist from Anthrax, and he was like, "Yeah, I got a story from like when we were on tour, and it was called we have this thing called piss taco, and we're like, oh god, what the fuck is that?" So, but apparently a piss taco is when somebody in the band, like on their tour bus, would get so fucking drunk that they would fucking piss the bed. So what they would do is they would just fucking fold the blanket over where they pissed and just fucking lay back over it like nothing fucking happened. He was like, yeah, those are fucking piss tacos. Yeah, just stupid shit like that. But it could have been like anything you've seen that was...
I'll tell the story that I told when Lamar Todd was here. So I used to tour with a band from Atlanta. And we were in Shreveport, Louisiana.
Yeah.
And the promoter of the show had a girlfriend who was batshit fucking crazy. And she invited the bands, the 2 bands that were on that tour, out to dinner.
Yeah.
There were actually 3 bands. The one band dipped out early. And she told her boyfriend, like at the venue, she's like, "You're not coming." And he's the fucking promoter of the show.
Nuh-uh.
So he's like the Dana White. Like,
She told him he couldn't
she
come.
told him he couldn't come. And he like complied. He's like, okay.
No.
I swear to God. so we were
He's like, guys, you got to take care of my girl tonight. So you were in charge. Okay, go on.
well, I wasn't in charge. I was just in the So we were like, where are we going to dinner? And Shreveport is like a
Where is it? Mississippi?
no, Louisiana.
Louisiana.
It's like a baby Las Vegas.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like a
yeah.
white trash Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Trailer park Las Vegas.
There you go.
Yep.
Oh, there goes any fans we had in Shreveport.
My kind of town. Shout out to Shreveport.
Don't go there. That broad's actually in California right now. I think. Yeah.
You hit her up?
Nope. I'll show you a picture of her. It's terrible. Her Instagram name for a while was Mayor of Shreveport. So I don't. Anyway, so we get to this. We got to it was like a restaurant and a casino. Because there was like a whole casino. So we get there, we sit down, and it's like this bean-shaped table. She sits at the head of it, and like I'm like where I am, like she's where Vinny is, and then there was like my band on this side, the other band on this side. One of her friends from England, I don't know where she came from, but this British broad right next to her, and then some other friend she had. And our waiter comes up, and he's a black guy.
Yeah.
And his name tag says like John or something. Total white guy name. And she says, Thaddeus, go fetch us some bread.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, and just shoos him off. And he's like, okay. And just goes and gets it. And like at this point we were like,
Was he from England?
No, he was the waiter.
He was just like a
He's
black
from
guy from...
Shreveport. He's just a black guy trying to make a living.
Yeah, she's just being an asshole on this black dude.
Right.
Like,
Didn't look at his name, didn't say hello to him. He just came up, he said, how may I help you? And she said, go fetch me some bread, Thaddeus.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. It was gnarly. And then
This was the promoter's girl?
yeah.
Jesus.
So we're
I'd have been like, I
already
gotta get the fuck outta
we're
here.
already cringing to like be there. We don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And then they all order dinner, and we just like order we ordered toast for ourselves,
Yeah.
so we could like eat real quick and just bounce. So we weren't rude, and we were able to come to a show next time we got there. In the middle of her eating, she slams her fork and knife down. She's like, "I will suck all your dicks." And
God damn.
right, and my whole band, other than me, had
Shout out to that
girlfriends at the
promoter.
time. So we were just like, all right, it's time for us to go. We left a couple bucks on the table and just bounced.
Yeah.
And then the other band left with her, and I'm assuming got their dick sucked. So that's fuckery.
Yeah, that's fuckery. I don't know. When we were in the house. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of downtime, like between practices. You don't do shit. But we had this big ass pool, and I was like the pool boy every day. I'd go out, clean the pool, and dude, you got to do shit, like clean or something, or else you go crazy.
Are you required to do that? Or
No. I'm just like,
you just needed something
I'm just
to do.
institutionalized. I'm like, I know what I'm doing. Clean the fucking pool. I got the best job in the house. So, whatever. This one day, it was right before my first fight. This bird has been trapped in the house for like 3 days. And like, for whatever reason, it won't fly out. It's like this big compound that we live on, but it wouldn't like leave the living room. And so like I go in, and like the camera guys are all there. They're there 24/7 with the cameras. And I take the pool stick, I catch the bird, and then I like take it out and release it. And it's like this big deal. Everyone's cheering, like, oh, I saved the bird. All right, and then like I go out and my fight, and then I win. And then in the semifinals, right before the semifinals, it's the day of the fight, and we're all sitting by the pool, and it was weird. Like we walked up and we sat by the tables, and or sat by, there's like a bunch of benches, and someone was like, dude, look at that bird. It just looks weird, and like I didn't think anything of it. And then like next thing you know, this bird just like legit like swan dives into the pool and is like drowning itself in the pool. Swear to God, like I can't even make this shit up. So we're like, we're bored as shit, whatever. And then we're like, wait, is he fucking drowning himself? So eventually we like get up and we fucking try to pull it out of the pool, and like it was fucking. We're giving it this bird CPR and shit. We gotta save the fucking bird, like, and we had like this full burial in the backyard with this dead bird. Like,
Oh my god.
trying to get. So just like fucking being retarded or whatever, and we had a huge burial. We put it in a shoebox, put it in this big like pot or whatever, and then I just remember going back inside and being like, that can't be a good sign. So like that was the moment I knew I was fucked in the semis.
And then of course that doesn't fucking make the show, does it?
No. No, there was some good shit in the house that didn't make the show. It just seemed like they spent a lot of time talking about like everyone's life at home. Like, who gives a fuck, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially like you got 16 guys in a house, and you're gonna spend half the time talking about these guys' home life that are going to lose the first round anyway.
I think that's part of building it up, though, because you don't know if they're going to lose the first round.
Right.
You know? So, like, that's
It
just
is,
part
like-
of building up the character.
Yeah.
So
I just think
The
they could've
more
done less of it.
relatable you are,
Yeah.
Like when I watched your video, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is a wholesome fucking guy.
Right.
He has a daughter.
I
like
appreciate
I have a
that.
son. Like I feel like
Yeah.
now I feel a connection to you
Yeah.
because we both have kids and like you're a hardworking dude.
Right,
well,
right,
I go to
right.
work every day too. So
Yeah.
it's just those connections that build that.
Yeah, like we seen your house with the
Yeah,
jet
you're
skis
right.
and the creek out back
Yeah.
and everything, and I'm like, I could chill with this guy. Like, he would be fun.
But it's
Jet skis.
part of the media.
Yeah, I mean, by the viewer's standpoint, like they become emotionally attached to people because they feel like they can relate,
Right.
based off of whatever they saw. in
Yeah,
the
it's
promo.
funny. I was just talking about this today. People come up to me now, and they never, ever are like, oh, you're that UFC fighter. They never say that. They're always like, you're the guy from The Ultimate Fighter. And I'm just wondering, like, am I going to be 8 fights into this contract still wearing the Ultimate Fighter shorts?
You're that guy from the Ultimate
You're the
Fighter,
fucking
man.
guy. Yeah, I'm like middleweight champ, but like, yeah, I'm the guy from The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah. Well, once you get that Venom fucking gear, you're going to wear it everywhere now. I'm like, no,
Just make
not
sure you
just
wear
that.
it the right way. Don't do the Vittori thing where he put his shorts on backwards.
Yeah.
Everybody
That was
went
a
nuts
bad-
for that.
That's a bad look.
And listen, no matter how hot your balls are, don't take your.
That's illegal in Abu Dhabi.
Derek Lewis
Is it really?
will go
Nah,
down
no.
as history for that.
My balls is hot.
That was
Yeah.
the best thing. But,
So it looks like your goals from here, like after this show, you'd be like, now I got to fucking get on Rogan. I
Yeah.
got to fight enough to get on Rogan.
Nah, that would be cool.
Just mention us, man. Get Derek Lewis to say.
Like, yeah, I know these dickheads back from where I live, and yeah, I don't know why I did that shit.
Honestly, they kind of trapped me into it. It's what it is.
Yeah,
Who are you beating up first? Delco Danny or Eddie Doyle?
yeah, you know, it's a fucking pyramid scheme.
So I think that's a good place to end it, dude. Thanks for doing this with
Yeah,
us. We
no,
appreciate
man.
it.
Appreciate you having me.
Good luck with your fight. We'll be watching. For
Thank
sure.
you.
Cheering
Yeah, man,
on.
always
Thank
rooting
you.
for
We're
you.
watching all your fights.
Hell yeah.
Yep, cool. Then you want to bring us out?
All right, I guess that's all we got for today. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook at the Holocaust Podcast, Instagram at the Holocaust Podcast, and Twitter at the Fuckery of the Day. Also, you can follow us on Spotify and iTunes and wherever podcasts can be found. Like, subscribe.
Hit the notification bell.
Thanks,
I
Simon.
forgot what to do. What would I do when I get on these websites?
And watch Andre's fight.
Of course.
Yeah,
October
Tune in
30th.
October 30th.
Yep.
in
Pay-per-view.
Abu Dhabi. That's going to be, well, in the States, it's going to be like early in the day.
Think that's going
Is
to be a
it?
2 p.m. main card?
The main car starts at 2 in the afternoon, so you're going
Is
to be
it?
yeah. So your fight's
so.
probably going to be like 11:30 or 12.
AM?
Well, no, 11:30 a.m. to 12
Here.
p.m. Yeah,
Yeah.
And it's going to be
Be
like
right around lunchtime.
people are
So
going to
then
be
what would
lunch.
it be there?
You're probably going to be fighting at night there.
But that's actually good for you because then you're
Yeah.
not gonna have to deal with fucking jet lag. Well,
I'm still
jet lag.
confused.
You'll
as to
be
how-
later in the day. We'll be earlier in the day.
Got you.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
feel
it'll be-
it'll feel like a nighttime fight for you there because it'll be at night there.
Yeah.
But it's going to be like 11:30 in the morning here.
Yeah, I think you'll probably be. What's it probably going to be like 7
Dude,
p.m.
I'm telling you, I've got 3 different answers on this.
yeah, main card starts at 2. Says it right there.
Oh
Okay,
shit!
2 p.m.
Prelims.
So now-
So prelims. So
Alright,
if,
alright,
if the
10
main card starts at 10
Yeah.
here,
Yeah.
the prelims always start at like 7 or 8. So you're gonna be fighting
Yeah.
between noon
It says
and
it
2.
there. Yeah.
Noon and 2 here.
It's
Noon and 2
5:30.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 5:30.
See what the
5 a.m.
prelims say?
there
It says
right
10:30
now.
a.m. The prelims start on Saturday, the 30th.
Here.
Here.
So, and they're 8 hours behind or 8 hours ahead?
Ahead.
Ahead.
So they're 8 hours ahead. So if that starts at 10:30
Okay.
here, it'll be 6:30 there.
At
so
night.
you'll probably
Oh, that's perfect
6:30
then.
p.m. So
Yeah,
you'll
yeah,
probably
yeah.
be fighting a little after 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Perfect.
but I'm not the guy in charge of that. So don't take my answer.
You know, like when you get to Vegas, my sleep schedule was fucked up for a while.
Yeah.
The first week we were quarantined in a hotel, and it was and every day I'd wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and be like, I have nothing to do but sit in this hotel room for the rest of the day. And I'm like, dude, why couldn't I just sleep till 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
It's fucking 5 a.m. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That sucks. But hopefully, when you fly over there, you're just on the normal schedule.
Yeah.
Because it's like just fighting in the morning.
Yeah.
That if you get up into the rankings, you should be able to fucking request shit in your fucking hotel.
Oh, yeah.
I need a fucking Xbox.
Damn right, dude.
I need the Hollow Chord podcast.
Yes.
That's what you need.
I
man.
was gonna ask you too. This is just a smart ass
Yeah.
question. Do you have like one of those flags in your corner, like when you guys get introduced by like Bruce Buffer or whatever? You have like a.
I'm gonna need like a USA flag, obviously.
Right.
Why
But
is
usually-
there
You know the flag that hangs over
Hollow
the
Chord
cage?
podcast?
Well, no. Usually, sometimes they'll have like flags with like with their gym or sponsors.
Nah, you're not allowed to have that in the UFC. That's for like local promotions.
I got to piss. That's bullshit. If we can sponsor you at all, we will.
Yeah. Yeah. Yo, but definitely go on and check out. I posted it to my story. We're auctioning off a bag signed by all the UFC fighters from Philly. It's also on Pat Brady's Instagram. So check that out. Girl has breast cancer. And we are auctioning off some gear. 7 UFC fighters: Chris Daukaus, Kyle Daukaus, me, Sean Brady, Jeremiah, Pat Sabatini, and Bill Algeo all signed it. So go and check it out. They're going to do an auction for it.
Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, we'll post that up too. All right, so that's all we got. We out.